last week during my Wednesday Flaniverse stream, my good friend Derek Brown was in the chat, one of the sharpest fantasy football minds on the planet, sharing his thoughts in the chat. And we had other people in chat started saying, you know what we need to do? You need to bring DBro back in, do another stream with DBro. What about one of those streams we did last year with DBro, Fantasy Guru Drew, and Chicago Cubs All-Star pitcher Justin Steele? Can we do some of those fun party streams once again this year? And I thought, you are absolutely right. I miss those guys. We need to do one of those streams. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're gonna start with just me and DBro. We're gonna do a DraftKings best ball draft, just the two of us, and then once Drew and Justin are done putting their kids to bed, they're going to join us. And who knows how long this is going to last. But I'm very excited to be here already with my friend DBro. DBro, how are we doing tonight?
Doing good, Neil. Again, man, anytime. And I think we, I mean, at this point, are these just termed Wolfpack streams? Are we going with that? Wolfpack? I mean, like, how do we, or is it Wolf Flannel? Flannel Pack? Ooh, Flannel Pack. I like
Flannel Pack streams. Love that.
That's nice. That's very nice. That's marketable, Neil. That's t-shirt worthy, baby.
Yeah, you nailed it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, these flannel pack streams, I mean, dude, this is just hanging out, talking ball, and all of us just throwing stuff against the wall and drafting some teams, man. I love this stuff.
It's a good time. And one thing that's a little bit different with these versus the usual streams that I do is oftentimes when Drew and Justin come in, they want to draft against us. Like they want to everybody draft against each other. So we did a number of those streams last year where we all got on DraftKings. We all did our own drafts against each other and just chatted. So it's a little bit different than the standard format. At least the first draft, you're going to join me and we're going to draft together. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we are going to start together, DBro and I doing a draft. Before I'm going to get into it right now. So I'm going to pull that up. 1 second.
As you're saying that, I'm trying to figure out how to stream this on my X account. I think I got it.
Oh yeah, I see you up there. Love that. Oh no, I could have waited for it. I didn't know you were trying to do that.
No, you're good.
All right, cool.
Impromptu, man. We're winging it, Neil. We're winging it.
Yeah, this is all right. So we're winging it. We are going to get into a DraftKings $20 Millie Maker stream for any of you who want to join it. Oh, this is not the screen that I intended us to be on. All right, pull this up. There we go. This looks better.
I was like, damn, Neil, we spent 10 minutes trying to figure out layout.
Yeah, me and DBro was with me as I was trying to figure out the damn layout here. This looks better, right? This looks pretty clean. It's not little inside baseball here. I was trying to bring those sides in. They're still like not quite right on the edge there, but I didn't realize until I got moved over to this monitor because I set things up on a different monitor, moved to this one, and realized that was the issue last week. It was all off because it's a different shape of the monitor apparently. So I adjusted it. It's pretty damn close now. I'm pretty happy with it. But we're going to get into a $20. I'm going to adjust it clearly again next week. But going to try and get into a $20 Millie Maker stream. And why is this not readjusting? Okay, there we go. That worked. Okay, things are just going. My mouse is moving slowly. We're getting into it though. For the first draft, we're going to be drafting together. If you want to get in with us, get in now. All right, how many left? Oh, looks like a lot left. So plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah, for some reason my sidekick is like moving around slowly. I'm not able to move it around. Must be because I'm on this different monitor. I'm not sure, but I'm having some issues there. But once we get started, it's not going to be a problem. All right, 11 out of 12 are in, so people are ready to draft against us in this DraftKings Millie Maker. Dude. All right, let me bring up something that you tweeted about recently. And I've not had time to dive into the like reasoning behind it, but it sounded to me like you are maybe not in on Jerry Jeudy this year.
Yeah, so it's not that I dislike taking him at cost. It kind of comes down to I just don't. I think everybody looks at the end of last year and they say, all right, Jerry Jeudy's broken out, high-end target earner. He's going to run that back. You hear all the stretch run stats from last year and you're like, oh, well, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, man. The thing that keeps gnawing at me, and I don't think that anybody is bringing up in the conversation with, like, when they talk about Jerry Jeudy, is that they're not giving Deontay Johnson any love here. Like, he's just being left for dead, and like in these best ball streets, like, I mean, dude, he's a last round like free pick, and people don't even talk about him. It's like
No.
Deontay was a head case and he was off the field and suspended off teams and all that kind of crap last year. But dude, it's not like his talent went away. He was still a target hog in Carolina. And so you insert that into this offense. And I think it also kind of gets lost in the sauce. Like 3 of the final 4 games of the season, David Njoku didn't play. Cedric Tillman was out. Jerry Jeudy was, I mean, isn't that the nuts run out for Jerry Jeudy being the standalone guy in that offense? And now you fast forward to 2025 and everybody talks about him and they don't hear there's no context about Njoku missing time, Deontay Johnson not falling off and him being added to this offense, and Cedric Tillman is back. So it's like I feel like people are talking about Jerry Jeudy without giving any other context about what this upcoming season could look like. And it's all just the high side of what happened last year. And it's like, how many times do we get ourselves in trouble with that, Neil, where we look at last year's stretch run and we project that forward and it's like, we know that shit's probably not going to actually repeat, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has been a pretty tough click for me also. And I think part of it for me is also just it seemed like it was Jameis Winston. Like, really, Jameis Winston brought it on.
We don't even know who the hell's playing quarterback. If Kenny Pickett's playing quarterback, how do we feel about that?
Yeah, he hasn't been good with any other quarterback. And then suddenly with Jameis Winston, it's not just Jerry Jeudy. It's Jeudy, it's Njoku, it's Cedric Tillman. Like, every single one of them was like being targeted 12 times a game. So like, you're going to do well when you're being targeted 12 times a game. Yeah, it has been a struggle for me. And I have not like really leaned into the take, but I think I'm with you. All right.
But Neil, tell me this. If Deontay Johnson makes the team and stuff, do you think there's a non-zero chance that he leads the team in targets this year?
Oh, for sure.
I think that's live, dude. But that's not being equated in where Jerry Jeudy goes and where Deontay Johnson goes at all.
I mean, Deontay Johnson typically not drafted, I think. I've not looked at the numbers.
Dude, not by me. I'm drafting all the freaking Deontay Johnson I can, sir.
I mean, of course you are. But you not everybody is an 18th, 20th round savant like you are. So
yeah, I have my takes. I don't know about savant, but I have my takes. I have my hits. People,
you had your Puka.
Know they know. If they know, they know.
Puka 2 years ago is the one that I always hang my hat on because that one was just so atomic. All right, so our options, we've got Nico, BTJ, Bowers, Genty.
I would love to start Brian Thomas Jr. and Drake London if we can do it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go BTJ first in that case.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, BTJ is the pick here.
There we go.
And it's not like I'd bumped Nico Collins up in my rankings some after I kind of went through and dived through his numbers. But dude, I still think that you're still going to have target competition there. Not to say Nico doesn't have a path and stuff like that, but BTJ has legit, like, I mean, it's easy to see wide receiver 1 overall upside. Like that's not hard to squint and see.
So has BTJ surpassing Nico Collins coincided with your Jaden Higgins love?
Yeah, that's part of it too. I mean, I love Higgins, and I think he is just being slept on. Like, we've talked about this on and off air. Like, the price points for the Houston wide receivers, one shitty season from that offense, and everybody's just acting like, oh, Nico Collins is everything, and then the rest of the offense is dead. So yeah, it's Drake London for me. Again, is it hard to see? Like, would you be surprised, Neil, if Drake London led the NFL in targets this year in target share?
No, I mean,
would that shock you?
That was going on. You were talking about it last week with Reeves. Reeves was really in on Drake London, and you were sharing the sentiment. I
love the fact that we're riding in the same band too. That Reeves has Drake London over Amon-Ra St. Brown, because I don't think that's a consensus take at all. And I have Drake London at wide receiver 6 and Amon-Ra at wide receiver 8.
And do you have him over Nico, like in your rankings for full PPR? Okay.
Yeah, I have Drake London over Nico. So literally they are right in line. It's Drake London is 6, Nico 7, Amon-Ra is 8.
You are welcome for the Nico gift. Also, where you're getting a more unique combo because we did not take Nico there. So yeah, that's nice for you. See, I'm typically Nico there just because I think I feel safer with Nico, but maybe it's also or one of those spots. I have been making a point to get more Drake London on DraftKings because of your take and Reeves' take. So yeah, it's pretty convincing. Like we're not really worried about Kyle Pitts so much anymore as like competition for Drake London. So he's the pretty clear alpha at this point. Okay, man, it's all right.
I
Good.
just think that entire offense is going to run those through two players, Neil. I mean, it's literally, and throw Mooney into that. That entire offense is going to run through Bijan, London, and Mooney. Like, so they're all fantastic picks. I mean, right now Bijan's my RB1, and this has kind of led me to be like, okay, well, if I'm thinking all of this, am I disrespecting Michael Penix a little bit? But then again, you go back to Drake London could smash and be the wide receiver 1 overall this year, and Mooney could pay off at his price point, and that still doesn't make Penix probably more than a QB2. So
right
again.
So all right, okay. Where do you rank Penix though? Like, are you?
I've got Penix. He's in that. Like in the slurry of back end QB2s, there's just so many guys you can make a freaking case for this year, Neil. And that's like that I like that at cost, like whether it's, I mean, you and I have waxed poetic through text about JJ McCarthy and stuff, like where he goes, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, I love this year, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert. If you want to go Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, like there's so many good QB2s where it's like, that's just it's a long scrum of guys where it's like, okay, everybody from like QB9 to QB20. If you could just mix it up in a hat and pull a name.
Yeah. It's a good shout out. I mean, Jefferson Bowers, like, could you come up with a better start than that?
I mean, it's a good start. I'm not as high on Bowers as everybody else is. He's my tight end 3. I have McBride and Kittle over him.
Oh, so. Come on now. That's too hot for me. That's too hot.
How?
Bowers number. He's gonna be targeted.
Okay, so tell me what is the difference between what Bowers did in his rookie season with Sam Laporta, and everybody said Sam Laporta was going to repeat it, and I'm not telling you that Bowers doesn't repeat and have a fantastic season. I'm not saying that at all, but Trey McBride, if he scores touchdowns, can easily outscore Bowers. George Kittle was the freaking tight end 1 in fantasy points per game last year and outscored Bowers. So it's like. And like that, like people treat that as a crazy take because everybody's over the moon for Bowers, but it's really not.
He doesn't really have much competition, I think is what it comes down to. Where Sam Laporta was competing with Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's competing with Jameson Williams, Jamar Chase, David Montgomery. Like they just had so many weapons. Whereas like Bowers is like he's gonna be fed the ball. I'm not too worried about Jack Besh and Jacoby Myers. Strong play, and they do have Genty now. It's just not quite as difficult. Okay.
I mean. That's fine.
We are on the clock. Breece Hall, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Mike Evans is disrespected at this point, man. Like, yeah, this is ridiculous. I don't understand why Mike Evans goes as late as he does and Devontae Adams. That's like the two guys I just keep auto clicking, man.
Big fan of Devontae Adams also. I know you're not a huge fan of the Marvin Harrison ADP. Correct.
Dude, I hate the Marvin Harrison Jr. ADP. I absolutely hate it. Like I just can't draft him at that spot. It's baking in too much it's baking in all of what we don't know in his upside. Like, does he really have any more upside past that?
On the clock.
No, I see it. So what do we have? What's the team so far? We got 3 wide receivers so far.
Yeah. 3 wide receivers. BTJ, Drake London, Mike Evans.
Go down a little bit. He won't just take Ted. I'm fine with we'll build a 0 RB team. Totally fine with that.
Okay. Yeah. So you are a Ted believer. So you like Mike Evans.
I am, and I really would. I really hoped. Oh shit! I didn't realize, was Kittle there for us?
Kittle was there.
Shit. Well, that's on me. I didn't see him. I think we had the wide receiver tab, so I didn't see who was all on there.
Yeah, it was just it's a little bit higher than Kittle typically goes there.
Yeah, but he's not going to come back to us is my whole thing.
No,
being on the end, so that's fine. I mean, my whole thing with tight end this year, and tell me where you're at on this, Neil, is like I feel like my tight end pool of the guys that I really want to draft is extremely concentrated this year. Like I'm going to have a shit ton of McBride, Kittle. Some Bowers exposure too, because I do see the upside and stuff like that, but I'm gonna be at market, maybe a little bit below. But the other guy, I mean, it's literally heavy exposure on McBride, Kittle, Evan Ingram, and Mark Andrews. That's really like the crux of the tight ends that I really want to draft.
Um, I wouldn't say mine is going to be that condensed. I kind of think because I'm going to be doing a lot of late tight end, which kind of means mixing in whoever fits with my stack, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be heavily concentrated, I would say, to the top three, so to Bowers,
Okay.
McBride, and
Yeah.
Kittle, and then for me, it's going to be kind of what's working for my team. Am I trying to build out a stack? Do I have a Week 17 game stack that I like? That kind of stuff. Those kind of considerations.
I just see all those guys as like having top 3, top 5 upside, and anybody like it. And I'm not saying like I'm not going to get exposure to any of the late guys. Like obviously this depends on the room and how everything goes. So I will get exposure to other guys, but I will have heavy exposure on those, specifically those 4 tight ends this year, because I think all of them have really clean paths to being, if not the top target earner on their team, the top inside the top 2. And all of them have extremely clear paths to being top 3 to top 5 upside. Like Evan Ingram could lead his team in targets. Mark Andrews already showed us after coming off of the accident that he had in preseason or training camp, as well as coming off a tightrope procedure. If you look at his splits, which I wrote those up on Fantasy Pros, they're ridiculous, dude. Like, I mean, he was putting up top 5 numbers over the back half of the season. And so, and I think his route per dropback goes right back up this year. Like he was still capped in like the 60 to 70% range. I think he gets closer to that 80, 90% range being healthier this year.
There were rumors that he was going to be traded, and the team was like, no, we believe in Mark Andrews. We don't want to lose.
I think that was all just like bullshit. Like nothing out of the team or nothing substantive from any beat writer came out that was actually anything more than just Twitter fodder X bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think it was ever a real concern with Mark Andrews. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I thought your tweet was really good, just pointing out like the discrepancy of the beginning of the season versus the end of the season when he was just once again back to being Mark Andrews, which
I mean, he was right back to like producing it like the guy we thought we were all drafting at the beginning of last year.
Yeah. I see a player that I know you like is still available.
Oh, please.
There are actually a few.
You know exactly who I'm eyeballing right here, and he would be a fantastic pick for this team. And damn it, RG, don't do it. Don't do it. We gave you the Nico Collins gift. Don't slap us in the face about it.
All right, he didn't do it. He took Jalen Waddle.
Kenneth Walker, baby. Let's go. Yeah. This is how you build 0 RB teams in the year 2025, baby.
Just a beautiful thing. I would have been happy with Jalen Waddle too if he had taken Kenneth Walker. I don't know, just because I think he's moving up, and so still getting him at 57 at this point would feel pretty good.
Who else is right below this?
All right, so we have here's the top by. I'm going to sort this by. Is it sort of?
Oh, I already know who I'm going. I already know where we're going. You can look at those names and know where I want to go too. And again, this is why you play 0 RB.
Wait, can I figure out which one you want though?
Yeah, you do. You know. Come on, Neil.
I think I'm not as smart as you think I am. Is it RJ Harvey?
It's Harvey. It's easy Harvey. Yeah.
I was thinking because Travion Henderson apparently ranked higher here or has a higher ADP.
That's crazy. Like people just think Mondre is not going to be a thing in that offense. Like he's going to steal goal line work. And I'm not saying that Travion's not going to be really good, but we're projecting, like everybody's projecting hardcore. Again, going back to it, dude, like I think Harvey, and I've said this on other shows, so this isn't a new take, but I'm going to mention it here again. I think RJ Harvey and Marion Hampton's ADP should be flipped. Like, and I don't think that's not a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. People might treat it that way, but I don't understand why RJ Harvey goes behind Marion Hampton outside of name value, context of that offense. Like I'm more worried about Najee Harris taking away work than I am about J.K. Dobbins. And you compare these two offensive ecosystems, we know the Chargers will not throw the ball to the running backs, and you know that Sean Payton does. So why in the ever-loving hell is R.J. Harvey going up behind Marion Hampton?
Yeah, on a full PPR site, that does make a lot of sense. How concerned are you about J.K. Dobbins? Like, what's your level of...
None. Zero. None. Absolutely zero. Like, I always projected there was going to be a guy to take 130, 140 carries away from Harvey in this offense. So, like, whether that was Estime, whether that's going to be Dobbins, like, that does not matter. If anything, if Dobbins can be better than Estime was going to be, then you're going to have a more efficient offense. And if anything, they're going to be in scoring opportunities more often.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Jacob Sanderson did a great piece on running back rooms, and I think it was actually a few years ago he wrote. I just read it this year, but about how it's like no running back is going to get 100% of his team's
No,
carries. So like
that
the fact
doesn't
they
happen.
add J.K. Dobbins shouldn't, is a case, and this wasn't what his was about, I don't think, but like doesn't need to affect what they're going to do with
No,
RJ Harvey. It's gonna,
and we know Dobbins is not a pass catcher. Like we've seen that for a long enough stretch. He wasn't in college. He hasn't been in the NFL. Somebody's going to run routes and catch passes out of the backfield. I mean, freaking Javonte Williams still was getting targets last year, and he wasn't good. And so, I mean, Harvey does have. There is certain years in college where he has. I mean, dude, he was. I think it was 2022 off the top of my head. He was 11th in yards per route run against all FBS running backs, at least 20 targets. It's like Harvey does have some sample in there where he has flashed pretty good upside in the passing game.
Yeah, no, it's I feel, I mean, that's a really strong for a zero RB team to get Kenneth Walker and RJ Harvey as their first two. That it's not uncommon. A little bit of a fall for Walker, but I'm loving it.
It's a pretty sexy start, Neil.
Is it as sexy as Bubble Butt Dave? I can't read what this name says. Bubble Butt something.
BBL Dave.
Yeah. By the way, I forgot to say it at the start of the stream. If you love bald bearded boys, please do like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel here, would be very much appreciated. And if you want to get notifications when my shows go live, which is going to be happening a lot more going forward over the summer, you can hit that little notification bell to be alerted when I go live with great guests every week here, and probably more frequently than once a week going forward, starting pretty soon. So yeah, hit that notification button if you want to get alerts when I go live on the channel. All right, we're up in 2 picks. Going to sort by ADP again.
The team? Refresh my memory here, Neil.
So we have Kenneth Walker and RJ Harvey, Brian Thomas Jr., Drake London, Mike Evans, and Tet McMillan.
Okay. What's the tight end board looking like right now? I think it's early for everybody that I like, but
Hawkinson, Ingram.
Yeah, it would be really early. Like Ingram should come back to us, right? Or should we
Cooper
take
Kupp, Matthew Golden? No, Ingram will be there. I think. Tony Pollard.
Let's take Tony Pollard. I love Pollard. I don't understand why he goes as late at 2. Like the dude was an RB2. Everything about his situation got better got better for this year. The offensive line, they've made upgrades. Quarterback play is going to be actually hopefully decent. Like, I don't really know why he's. I just think it's the rookie fever.
Let me double check. Ingram. So his ADP is 94. So we do need to take Ingram now, I think.
Oh, let's take Ingram. Sorry, I was looking over there at rankings instead of ADP on DK here. So, yeah, no, right. I'm totally down with Ingram.
Get your guy. Love it. Okay.
Dude, I think those are the two pivot point, the two mainstays of that offense this year. Like I'm going to have so much Ingram and so much Harvey from the Broncos offense. Again, like I think that there's a ton of room for that offense to even get better this year. Like that, they legitimately could be like a top 5, top 7 scoring offense this year.
Yeah. So what are you at? Where are you at on Courtland Sutton?
I'm at market. Like I think he's gonna be okay. I don't think he's like amazing. Like I think if Nick's takes another step forward, he's probably a wide receiver 2. I don't see him like stepping in and being like a wide receiver 1 or anything. So he's in that wide receiver 2, 3 bucket. It just kind of comes down to like I think his season and his upside is probably going to be just a byproduct of how good Denver is. So I mean, probably just a really good, maybe high end wide receiver 2 if everything hits.
Okay. Which is, I think, around where he's going. I don't know what number wide receiver he is, where he goes on the board.
Yeah, I haven't drafted very much Sutton. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think
I think he's a good and a solid pick. I don't see the upside. I think the upside in this offense is Harvey and Ingram.
Okay. Yeah. Any of the ancillary receivers there that you like? Do you like Troy Franklin or Marvin Mims?
I'll take some Pat Bryant. Because I think Pat Bryant and then Devon Vele is interesting as like a final round pick just because he pops in a lot of metrics that I actually care about. So if he were to get a full-time role, I think, again, I think we're probably going to see a Denver offense that like the passing attack runs through Sutton and it runs through Ingram and Harvey. And we could just see a wide receiver committee behind Sutton again, like we did last year, depending on matchups and, how do they want to construct the passing game that week? Are they going to stretch the field, or are they going to do some of the catch and run, dump and run kind of bullshit that Marvin Mims, because Marvin Mims wasn't even playing like traditional wide receiver last year. He was lining up at the backfield. They were getting him on design touches and stuff like that, and he was making good plays. I think it was more like really good offensive design than it was like, oh wow, like Marvin Mims is breaking out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he had a big game in the fantasy playoffs, which I remember because I had him. Maybe it was week 17. I had him on a lineup. One of my few week 17 lineups last year actually had Marvin Mims in it. Felt so good, and then did not.
I mean, I was betting his overs and receiving yardage props on a weekly basis when it got towards the end. So,
by the way, name update. It's not Bubble Butt David. It's Bubble Butt Dancer, which to me just means that is a catfish right there. That person is posing as a woman. And they're going to try
ATL fans, money. Dirty South, baby. Yeah. Dirty South.
I just got a DM from a friend of mine who is, I don't know if you saw some controversy this week, DBro, which I don't really care too much about it, but DraftKings has made it available that you can see all of the drafts that have happened to this point this year. So like they give you like, these are all of the drafts that have happened in the Millie Maker so far this year. So then
really,
because they're giving us that data, you can look up combinatorial ownership. So you can see like how often has TJ Hawkinson been drafted? TJ Hawkinson been drafted with Darnell Mooney, or just like how often has a player at the end of the board been drafted? Isaiah Davis. How many times has what percentage of the time is Isaiah Davis drafted? I'll finish this thought in a second.
What are we looking at? What's the quarterback room look like? There's not really. I wish Knicks would have made it back to us. That freaking sucks.
Oh, I didn't realize Knicks went.
Yeah, that sucks. Are we about to be up?
We are up now.
Did Pearsall already go?
I think Pearsall went.
Shit. Go down a little bit. Is it a reach? Is Herbert going to get back to us? Sorry, I know we're going to we're going to get auto.
He will. I went with it anyway. So we got Justin Herbert. He probably would have made it back to us. I don't really know this freak guy. All right, so he's going with Ayuk and then presumably Purdy. I guess we'll see.
Where's Trey Harris getting drafted at? Should we take him here or should we wait?
We cannot wait. I would guess he's already gone. No, he's not gone. Oh no, he didn't go till 120 on here.
No, just take him now. Take him now.
We won't be able to wait.
No, we're not going to be able to wait. So draft them now. Just looking at I think Herbert actually has a good bit of ceiling too. I think he's going to run more this year because once he was healthy last year, we saw him run. So I definitely think that's going to be part of the game plan this year.
I think this is evidence that we made the right move taking Justin Herbert. Brent Smith says, "Don't take Herbert." Damn it. Sorry, Brent.
Sorry, Brent. We had to build in some kind of late stack, dude. However, I mean, we do have some late quarterback options. I was really hoping Nix was going to make it to us, and then he went in that quarterback scrum, that run, and on DK, I promise you, I bet you they took Nix unstacked unless they did take Sutton.
Oh, they might have. Yeah, I haven't looked at the board here. Let's see.
I haven't looked at the board. It's just I'm used to people taking quarterbacks unstacked on here and being tilted as shit.
Oh yeah, happens all the time. Yeah, they did.
Yep.
They did
and
in fact take one stacked.
And Nix is unstacked. Thanks, appreciate that. Way to play baseball.
I mean, they could always stack them up later. Like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Who knows? Mm-hmm. Maybe they will.
Neil, don't carry water for these schlubs.
You're right. Screw you, guy. So what I was saying is this person who I know, and I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but you probably would know who it is too. Just told me that he just got a Justin Jefferson Bowers team, and that combo is 1% owned in this contest.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that is. I mean, because Bowers doesn't usually make it all the way back to pick 20.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, he usually goes before then.
Yeah. Interesting. So for a good note for whoever is there, I actually haven't looked at who it is in the 2-hole. Is it anybody I know? Oh, it's John Sarabian, who is at some point probably. I've said this to John, and they were making fun of me about it on the Run Pure stream the other day. I've said several times I'm going to ask John to be on the stream, and I haven't done it. So we've got a little. I don't know if you know the bit with Jimmy Fallon and Matt Damon. It's like a constant joke of like, oh yeah, Matt Damon's going to be on the show, and then we ran out of time. So we're doing one of those things where I keep saying I'm going to invite John on, and then I have not done. But for real, I'm going to invite John on the stream.
Yeah, no, but for real, it's going to happen.
It's
right?
for real though. Yeah, I'm going to ask.
One of these days.
At this point, he's going to be like, "Screw you, Neil. You still haven't invited me."
Well, I mean, that's what we all tell you initially, and then you just kind of whittle us down, Neil. So
exactly, enough persistence. I get you on.
What are we looking at? I mean, so Herbert's bye week is 12. Like, we got a lot of late stack options, right? With other quarterbacks. Like, we got London, so we could go Penix. I don't know where he goes up in this.
Yeah, what do
I haven't done enough on DK yet to just know off the back of my head where ADP is for all these different guys.
Yeah, all right. So here's where we're at. We're at Justin Herbert at quarterback, Kenneth Walker, RJ Hervey at running back. We have Brian Thomas. So we could go for Trevor, Drake London, Mike
Trevor.
Evans, Evan Ingram, Ted McMillan, Tony Pollard, Trey Harris. So we already have the Justin Herbert stack. We could add on if he's here. Oh, he is still here for now, at least.
Yeah, if he makes it to us, I think it's T-Law.
Yeah.
Any disagreement?
No, we've got the stack. Makes sense for us.
Yeah. Hey, Tribby, what's up?
Jake Tribby in the house.
Speaking of degens.
Jake Tribby pretending to be vacationing right now. He's
know
posting
pictures.
He's not. No, absolutely not. It's just like how he pretends to have a girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. Buddy. We know. We sniff these things out.
It was cute for a little while to pretend you had a girlfriend, but nobody's buying it.
Nobody's buying it. That's like saying you actually get outside and get sun and touch grass. We know that doesn't happen either, Tribby.
Yeah.
We say all this lovingly. At least I know I do. I can't speak for Neil.
Yeah, don't speak for me. Come on.
I was like, I am, although I shouldn't be, but I am. So.
Yeah. All right. So now, let's see. What are we at as far as the numbers go here? 2, 3, 5, 1. All right. So we're pretty balanced right now.
Pretty balanced.
We could kind of do whatever we want.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced.
This is pick 134.
I think for me, it's Kirk if he makes it here, unless you wanted to take Penix, and then we're just totally done at quarterback, which I'm fine with since we are as balanced as we are.
Are you not a Bashal Tootin guy?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm fine with Tootin. Yeah, we could take Tootin and lean into the Jacksonville offense.
I mean, the question is, do we want to do it to Robert Griffin the Turd, who just took CJ Stroud? We could just totally screw it by taking Christian Kirk, or we could take Bashal Tootin.
I got a lot of Kirk already.
I'm pretty indifferent, and Tootin also pairs up nicely with our Jacksonville staff.
Let's go Tootin. Tootin.
All right, so we'll do you that,
Neil.
Yeah, and he already has Nico on the stack, so we didn't. Oh, he didn't even take Christian Kirk. But anyway, I'm happy with Tootin there.
Tucker Kraft. Okay, well,
yeah.
RG
wasn't the position
curveball. What are your thoughts on Kraft? Are you you like him this year, or what are you at with him?
I do actually like Kraft. Like he's one of those guys that I don't think the numbers look amazing for Kraft, but the eye test just he looks so good to me. Just looks so like a baller. Looks like a guy who's wants to fight, just wants to be great. And which is dumb analysis, and I know that it's dumb analysis, but he looks so good to me. So I'm pretty into, and I think still the receiving room is wide open there. So and they've talked about actually LaFleur was asked, could Tucker Kraft be your lead receiver? And he was like, yeah, of course he could be.
He could be.
Could be the lead receiver. That's not the likeliest scenario, but they like him, and he's been there for a while. So he could have a big role, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're just taking shots on Green Bay receivers. I think if I'm going to go to Green Bay, I think Kraft and Dubs is probably the way I go. I don't have a lot of interest, really any interest in Matthew Golden. I think he's just going to play a role for them. I don't think he's going to be a high-end target earner. Wasn't in on him as a prospect. Felt like this was just another case of the NFL getting drunk on speed, which honestly was false signal. That Golden can say whatever he wants to on social media. That dude didn't actually run a freaking run that 40.
Oh no, you don't think he did?
No, I don't think he did. You can go to people can go deep conspiracy and go look at the breakdowns on it and stuff like that. I don't think that was a real 40.
Okay, was it videotaped or what's the?
There's slow-mo stills of when they started timing and stuff like that, getting out of the blocks and stuff like that. And dude, I know again we're going with some gut feels here and takes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There is no way, shape, form, or fashion when I watched his film as a prospect that I thought he had that type of speed. I thought he was fast, obviously, but not Not that damn fast. Like that's a
Okay.
whole different layer of fast.
Yeah, that's interesting. Khalil Herbert is second on the depth chart. Are you? No, I'm not heavy on Khalil Herbert this year. I've not drafted him. He's another one that so I've taken a ton of DJ Giddens, but I think it is notable that Khalil Herbert is barely drafted in a 20-round draft. So maybe somebody we should at least think about from that perspective.
I think it's Giddens with you. I'm not worried about Herbert. Herbert couldn't even get freaking touches last year on Cincy. I think that ship has kind of sailed.
Yeah. It was sad the way that he was my highest exposed player last year. So I did not love the way that all went down.
No, it sucked, man. It was like the ultimate bad run out for him. So what are we looking at? Penix went, huh?
Penix did go.
I'm guessing he went. Man, if he, you know what? How are you feeling about? Because I think we do need to take a third quarterback. I'm kind of in on taking Geno here.
I'm super into Geno this year.
See, my man, I love me some Geno this year. I think he's going to outplay. I think that offense is going to actually just outplay expectations this year.
If Bryce Young had been available, I would have, because we already have Tet, I might have considered doing that instead, but he's apparently gone. So yeah, it's just a lot of talent in that offense.
Is Besh still out there?
Good.
Did I see that? Is Jack Besh still out there?
Besh is still out there.
Yeah, I think we take Besh and then get a Geno double.
Unless did he go? He might have gone the pick before.
No.
I'm on the QB depth.
No, you're in QB. Yeah, no, there he is. Take Besh.
Yep.
No, I'm down on some Geno doubles in best ball right now. Like it's just so damn cheap. Like to go Besh and Deontay Thornton. Like I'm so in on that.
Yeah, and you they go late enough that you don't need them both. You just need one of them to hit at their price tags, and you're going to feel pretty good about it. So we've done.
Did you see the private chat? I think somebody got their kid to bed early.
Oh, look at that! I totally missed that.
Things you'd love to see.
Wait, I gotta get rid of this. Hang on one second, and then I'm gonna bring because it's time, I think, for a little bit of hair on this stream. Can you give me the thumbs up if you're ready? If you're ready to go, I'm gonna give you. Okay, he's ready to go.
Get the man.
We are bringing in Chicago Cubs All-Star Justin Steele. What is going on, Justin?
Speaking of, is that a brand new face, Steele?
Who is this
guy? Clean shaven shit,
guys.
Damn, you got all kinds of pretty for this tonight.
I'm turning 30 next week. It's about time I need to start looking a little younger around here.
Yeah. I mean, you did it. You look a lot younger without the beard.
I know. I took off some years.
I know. Shit, you look like you're a rookie again, man. Golly, bro.
That's the idea.
When did you do this?
Hold on. Do you have like a tan line on your face from where the beard used to be?
Nah. Well, it wasn't a great beard. Let's be honest. I mean, it was.
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna call you.
I had some hair on my face. We'll just leave it at that.
I mean, you're not even 30 yet. Once you turn 30, it just starts really coming in thick.
I hope so. It's
just
been rough going trying to grow it.
Oh man.
I think Drew's coming soon. He had just texted me as soon as I jumped in here.
No, he's probably raiding the humidor trying to figure out what cigar he's going to light up tonight. You know, that's a lengthy process for him.
Steele not in the pool. I thought we were promised a shirtless in the pool stream.
He told me he was wearing a swim shirt.
It's honestly too hot here to do that.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's 110 degrees every day.
Damn. Yeah, that is.
Said he was going to purchase a waterproof camera for the stream and everything. Going to do it from the pool.
Maybe Drew will do that for us in his hot tub.
What round are we in? We're in the 15th.
We're in the 15th round. Yep.
I'm actually feeling this team too.
Are we in the 15th? Yeah, we're in the 15th. Yeah. No, yeah, it's a pretty nice team. Here, I'll read it off. You want to hear who we have, Steele?
Yeah, I would love to.
So we've got Justin Herbert at quarterback, Kenneth Walker, RJ Harvey, Brian Thomas, Drake London, Mike Evans, Evan Ingram, Tet McMillan, Tony Pollard, Trey Harris, Trevor Lawrence, Bashal Tootin, Geno Smith, and Jack Besh. So we're at a 3-4-6-1 right now. We started with 4 receivers.
Is Harvey going to be the guy in Denver?
I think so, man. What are your thoughts on him? We haven't talked too many player takes.
I haven't done a ton of research or much of anything, honestly.
I think Harvey's going to smash this year. I've got him as a top 15 back in my ranks.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. I think we're going right back to the Sean Payton well, baby. It burned us last year, but I think it pays off this year.
Oh, definitely burned me last year. I had so much of Estimate and McLaughlin.
I had
Me
a
too.
shit ton of McLaughlin, and then Peyton pulled the rug on all of us.
I even had Javante. That one.
Yeah, I mean, just Javante was cooked, man. It just.
What are we doing? Well, let's make our picks, and then let's talk about Dallas because Javante is still there, and it goes the highest. Or yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
I like Mason Taylor here because we do need a second tight end, Neil. At least
you're a big Mason Taylor guy, huh? Forget that.
What about Cade Otton? Cade Otton was on fire at the end of last year.
I just think there's too many other better guys than him in that offense. I just don't know if he's going to be like the clear like 4 or maybe 5th option.
Godwin's back.
Godwin's back. Yeah, they drafted Ibuka. I think Bucky Irving's going to get a lot of run out the backfield this year. Like, I think Cade's going to be like fighting, like trying to claw for like fifth position in that offense.
Gotcha.
Taylor, dude, like I think he's like he's so late, and like I think there's an easy path for him to be like right behind Garrett Wilson in targets this year if he's truly like the every down guy. All right. And I wasn't a huge Mason Taylor like guy going into prospect season. I thought he was honestly overrated.
Some options, so we're on the clock in 2 more picks. Jalen Noel, Miles Sanders.
Neil, I cannot draft Miles Sanders. Take his ass out the queue, please.
All right.
I will not do it. You can't make me do it.
Was there any seniors at the Senior Bowl that would be sleepers that you were high on? Neil, was that a good question?
That was a great question. Love that. One thing that chat might not know is that both of these guys have been going to the Senior Bowl for like 20 years, 30 years. I don't even know.
Steele's got pictures from like his infancy.
30.
Yeah, I was really young, and I haven't been in a long time, but I used to go a long time ago.
Jalen Noel.
Oh yeah, let's go, Jalen Noel. Is he out there?
Yeah, he's there.
Hell yeah, baby. Let's go. This year's Tank Dell.
I thought you would like that.
Damn right. Yeah, to your point, Steele, I love Jalen Noel. I don't understand why the NFL disrespected his ass and let him drop into the 3rd or 4th round. He should have been a 2nd-round pick all day. Dude,
where did he go to school?
Iowa State. Him and Jaden Higgins went to the same college. But it doesn't make any sense to me. Like Higgins went in the 2nd round and Noel dropped past like Kyle Williams and some other guys that I was just like, what are we doing here?
This is probably something silly like draft. Combine
stuff. It's because he's a slot wide receiver and he didn't go to an SEC school. That's all it is. NFL doing the same dumb shit every year.
We forgot to take Dante Thornton, or we forgot to talk about Dante Thornton there.
Is he still here? Is he still?
He literally just went. That's a guy. Steele, DBro and I did a stream maybe a month and a half ago where DBro talked about Dante Thornton. I was like, I have no idea who you're talking about. And now everybody talks about rookie.
Yeah, now then he pops off in camp. You know, right after that, like that was what 2-3 weeks before, like everybody was in like Dante Thornton in camp. Oh, and then you hear DK Metcalf in the same sentence now.
DBro loves that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even stand up right now, Steele.
Too excited about Dante Thornton.
I love that.
How the comments doing?
I'm definitely gonna benefit from just listening to y'all talk about names and stuff because I haven't done much research at all.
No, you've been in the card streets, bro.
Oh yeah. I went to the Phoenix card show this past
I was fixing to say you were at card shows and everything. Did you have a booth there?
Yeah. There's I know the owner of a card shop locally, and he had a table and stuff there for me, and so I just set up with him.
I saw you had lanyard and everything. You were like official as shit, dude.
I didn't see that. That's pretty awesome.
Sold like $5,000 worth of cards.
Damn,
dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've never been to a card show.
Dude, you would really enjoy it. If you especially since you like this kind of stuff. If you like this kind of stuff, that'd be right up your alley.
Yeah.
You posted that JD5. How much did that close on?
12,000. Guess who bought it?
Dude, I checked it.
Oh, you know the person who bought it. His mom. You bought it? You bought your own card?
Bought it back.
You bought it back?
What was it? Were you like trying to like bring up the auction price and then just like
no? I saw that the other one sold for 500,000 and wasn't even an autograph.
What? That's insane.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that?
You're like, no. I saw you post that, and that's why like I saw it was going like I think when I checked it, it was at 2 G's, and I was like, Steele's not really gonna sell this thing when it went for $500,000 somewhere else, right? Like,
yeah. So I bought it back.
yeah. You were like, shit, no, I'm not doing that.
Dude, was that on eBay or somewhere else? Was that like were you selling it on eBay?
The other one sold at Fanatics Fest, which I could have gone to. Dude, I have a whole story. I could have
lay it out.
I could have been there.
Let's get this pick, Neil, or these two picks, and I got to hear this story from Steele here.
It's a great story. Like what could have been. Like,
sounds sad.
So Gino's just going to be unstacked on us, right? Like
I'm not sad. We got Besh card back, and that makes me feel.
Oh, we get Besh. Yeah, that's right. So. Sorry, I was thinking like I got so Dante Thornton centric. I was like, I will not draft Trey Tucker. You can't make me do that.
So we only have 2 tight ends. We've only got 4 running backs.
So there's so many good running backs.
Oh, we are on the clock. So
go to RB. I promise you,
Alvin Kamara's on the first pitch for the Cubbies.
Is he?
July
How the hell does that work out?
July 5th. I have no idea. I don't know why he's.
Let's take Taj.
Who did you say is doing the first pitch?
Alvin Kamara.
Why? Oh, no way.
How does that work for the Cubs?
Idea.
Like, he's not even from around there, I don't think. Right?
No idea what the connection is there.
Huh. Is it just you? Because you're a big Saints fan. Were they like, let's do this for Justin?
No, it had nothing to do with me. I'm not even there.
Now I got to look up and see where Kamara's from. I thought he was from the South.
No idea.
I thought it was from Alabama.
Yeah, he was born in ATL. He went to high school in Georgia. Like, how the hell does he get to the?
No idea.
How does that work?
No clue.
That's
so on first pitch, I'm getting the guy that's at the one of my clubbies. I'm giving him an autographed jersey of mine since I won't be there, and he's going to give me an Alvin Kamara jersey signed.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Oh, nice. Jersey swap, baby.
I actually have a rookie card of his autograph that's being graded right now at PSA.
Who, Kamara?
What kind?
Yeah.
Nice.
Is it does it have like a patch on it?
No, it's just a rookie autograph.
He'll be in the Ring of Honor and stuff. They'll retire his number when it's all said and done, probably. Yeah, like you know that. Like he will be. Brashard Smith here.
It's him and Deuce McAllister, like best Saints running backs all time, probably.
Yeah,
right?
Easy. Yep, I agree with that.
One thing people here might not know is the card that I've been after is the Justin Steele rookie patch autograph card. It is the only card that I search on eBay semi-regularly, and I missed it. I put in a bid of like $150 or something, and then I was gonna come back to it. I was like, if it gets bid up, then I'm gonna put in a bigger bid, and then I just didn't. I forgot. And then somebody did they did people always do the last minute thing. I mean, I don't have 12 G's to spend on a card right now, so no, it was kind of like the top of my budget. I was gonna go up a little bit more than that. But yeah, it's because Justin only has, as far as I know, that one type of rookie packed autograph card.
You need to follow. It's like Cup of Cardboard Baseball on Instagram. I'd have to look up his Instagram name, but he literally has like all of my coolest cards, especially my patch cards, like what you're talking about.
Really,
he's got a bunch of my 101s.
All right,
so like go on his Instagram.
Yes.
Okay. Here, I'll look it up right
now.
Yeah,
so send me the link.
Yeah.
All I heard out of all of that was that Neil didn't want to spend $200 on Steele's card.
I would spend 200. Maybe I would have spent 200. No, I would have spent 200 if I had remembered to go back to it. But it was also like post injury, so I was going for that post injury discount. Can I slide in here and get a deal on this?
I just sent it to you. Sorry, I was looking it up. Like, look at this one. Like, he collected all of my.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
He made the logo. He remade the logo with my patches.
Damn, dude.
Wait.
Is he gonna try to box it up? I guess sell it as a set.
No, he just keeps them. Oh,
that's cool.
He had my 1-on-1 autograph, and I bought it from him, or I didn't buy it from him. I sent him some.
Wait, he didn't take the patch out of it and put a different patch in, did he? Because that kind of ruins the card.
No. He got all of them and then just slowly he just overlaid them so it looked like the logo.
Okay. So it's just a picture. He didn't actually put those patches in there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that's that ruins the value.
Yeah, Neil is over here like that's sacrilegious. What did he do?
Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
No, just a picture. Okay, I'm good. I'm good with that.
Defiling cards. Oh.
It's like, man, I better get on one of those cards quick if he's ruining all.
Are we on the clock? Should I?
We're not quite. We're on the clock in 2 picks.
We need what's the tight end look like, or what's tight end look like? There's
here's tight end. Here's ADP. Wait, that's not by. Okay, there we go. JT Sanders at the top.
Higbee. He is going to run so many freaking routes. Like that offense bounces back and Stafford throws more touchdowns. I think he's going to be live to have some good games.
Right, let's do it.
I'd love to watch Stafford do it one more time.
Dude, I think he's going to cook this year. I really do. I've already bet Rams futures. I bet them to win the division. Like as soon as he re-signed, I think I got like.
Actually, that's smart.
I have a few decent takes still. Occasionally. What's our build? What do we need for this final pick?
Neil? So far at 3-6-7-3.
Let's get a receiver. What do you think?
I mean, we started with 4 receivers, so we are pretty receiver strong.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
I mean, really, the world is our oyster. That's what I'm thinking.
I love oysters.
Oh, dude, char grill
for
days, baby. I love oysters.
I love them.
Acme.
Have you been to Biloxi?
I have. It's been a minute. I've only been to Biloxi like when I've gone to like concert and shit, like at the casinos and stuff. But it's been a minute.
Yeah, there's a half shell oyster house right there. Oh, so good,
dude. I love char grilled oysters. Like I'll just eat them by the truckfuls.
You seen any names that pop out to you?
What's go to running back, Neil?
Oh, do you want to go after Isaiah Davis? I know he's your guy.
Ooh, yeah, I'm down with that. I
mean, unless you Krosky Merritt is here.
Krosky Merritt. We're going JCM, baby.
All right,
JCM
in.
You see the guy? I would love a piece of that Commander's offense. That's like low key. I
love Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. I haven't. He started following me on X. I haven't slid up in his DMs and like just kind of hit him up and talked to him yet. But super. I mean, I love the kid. I think the NCAA screwed him, man. His story. If people chat and stuff, go Google it. Like, so he transfers, goes to Arizona. I'm probably going to butcher part of this and stuff. So anybody in the chat, like, hold me honest here, but. Basically he plays one game at Arizona last year. Then they hit him with redshirt eligibility. From like everything I can find online, basically it was total bullshit. Like there was another guy that played, I forget where he came from before Arizona, but there was another guy that took his jersey number from the previous year. And then they went back and said like, oh yeah, no, you played all these snaps last year. He's like, dude, I sat out. That was somebody else wearing the same number as me. And he didn't get to play his final year in college. He goes to the Shrine Bowl, wins MVP, tested well, put up baller-ass tackle-breaking metrics in 2023. Like, this kid, if the NCAA didn't screw him, he should have been like a fourth-round pick in the NFL draft. Like, he could play, man.
Really?
And instead, he goes round 7. And the Commanders just
Arizona. Is he from Arizona?
I forget where he's from. Let me look it up. But he could freaking play, man. I love this film.
Love that. I'm putting that in my notes right now.
He he was at New Mexico before then. I don't know where he's from.
One player that we talked about and then completely forgot about was Deontay Johnson, who I see Dylan in chat.
We did talk about him
in the 19th round. So that would have been a good.
What was his deal last year? Like why didn't they even play him?
Oh, dude, you'll like this. Steele, JCM, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt is from Montgomery, Alabama.
I love that. I'm all over this.
Sidney Lanier High School.
I'm going to go buy some of his rookie cards.
Now you can't go after Jaden Daniels whenever you want him. Now because you got to reach for him. Now you can go after somebody else in that Commander's offense.
If B-Rob goes down, man, he's going to be the guy in that backfield. Like he's gonna get the early down work.
So the Jaden Daniels story. I mean, there's not much to it, but so pretty much I could have gone to Fanatics Fest. They wanted Fanatics Fest reached out to my agent and wanted me to go there and do an autograph.
Why didn't you go?
Because I was doing rehab.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, like
I was about to give you shit about it. I'm like, why did you go?
Yeah, I'm doing physical therapy. But so like the thing is, like I could have been there. So it was the way the setup was. Y'all know Michael Rubin, who owns Fanatics?
Yeah, I've heard of
him.
Yeah, he owns Fanatics. He like owns Topps, all the card company stuff. Like he's the one that hosts the white party where like Tom Brady's at it, and like all the celebrities and stuff. But anyways, he's up there with Jaden Daniels and the Commander's owner, and he's like, "Who has the best Jaden Daniels card in the building?" And if I would have been there, I would have been like,
you'd have been that guy.
Yeah,
you'd have been like, I'm your guy.
I would have been like, I haven't. The other guy would have probably said it too. And the thing, like, I think he would have took my card over his because mine is a Topps product, which is the company.
Oh yeah, he would have.
Okay.
And the other one is Panini, which is like his competitor.
Yeah.
So he would have probably wanted to sell his his product too.
Fanatics is a Topps, like they're affiliated. I didn't know that.
Fanatics owns Topps.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Shout out Panini, who is now the main sponsor for Senior Bowl, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that happened. Card sales for $500K.
Topps.
Look at that.
Isn't that a beauty?
That's the golden gilded on the sides.
Oh yeah, baby. It is not jersey numbered or anything. It is 13 out of 75.
You got to send that in for grading.
I should. I actually have not looked. Like the centering is really nice. I have not looked closely at like the surface, so like to see if it's worth. But yeah,
if you want, you can send that to me, and I have a connection at PSA, and I will get it graded for you. He'll even clean it for you before you send it in and stuff.
I mean, hell
it's
yeah.
in the mail tomorrow, right, Neil?
Yeah, I mean, then I'm like, well, maybe I should find some other Justin Steele cards if I'm going to send a package to Steele.
Dude, I just sent in like 100 of my cards.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
How long does that process take to get it graded?
It takes like 2 months. It takes a while.
Damn, that's longer than I thought you'd say. Jeez.
Yeah, it takes a while. Well, dude, they did over 1.5 million grades last month.
That's crazy, dude. That's one of the things that kind of took off during COVID and everything. Like cards came back in a strong way, and I've been happy to see that like it's continued to like gain in popularity since like COVID and stuff. Holy shit! Look at that man.
What's going on, guys?
I was like, do I introduce him or do I just bring him in? Baby. And I decided to just bring him in. Look at that background.
Look at that background. Like,
I'm in the process of moving. I don't have.
Now he's gonna flex on us about it. Now he's gonna flex on us. Oh, this is my temporary setup.
It is. I had to throw up this line.
Are you in the shed? Are you currently in the shed?
No, I'm in the garage right now. I will move to the shed. Probably give me another day or so, and then I'll figure it out.
All right. That's gonna be your setup.
So Steele was supposed to be in the pool. That didn't happen. Yeah. Drew was supposed to either be in the hot tub or be in the shed. Those things have not happened. I feel very disappointed, but I'm still happy y'all are here.
I'll make my way to the jacuzzi if that's what you guys want to see.
If I wouldn't be sweating sitting in my pool right now, I would be out there.
Even I guess it's only 8 o'clock your time.
Yeah, it's still hot.
Oh yeah, dude. I bet you it's still like 105 or some shit.
Yeah.
Justin, you are way too clean cut these days. Have we commented?
Yeah.
Have we commented on this? Come on. He says he's about to turn. He's about to turn 30. So he's he's trying to look young because he doesn't want to.
I gotta start looking young. 30's old in baseball years.
Got the fade tight, tightened up and everything.
Yeah. You're already dad. I think once you're a dad, like you're just a full grown up at that point, regardless of what age you actually are. It's like
it happened really fast for me.
Yeah.
You got many good years ahead of you.
I appreciate that.
Looking good.
Let me read off the team and then let's get into another one. And then I guess let's talk about this team first and then let's talk what we're doing with the next draft if we're drafting against each other or what. But okay, so this team
hate on our squad.
All right. I'm gonna try and read it off. No, I'm just gonna go in order of how we draft them. So we went Brian Thomas Jr., Drake London, Mike Evans, Ted McMillan. So we started with 4 wide receivers, and we went 3 running backs: Kenneth Walker, RJ Harvey, and Tony Pollard. Evan Ingram, Justin Herbert, and Trey Harris. We got Herbert and Harris stacked. Then we add Trevor Lawrence onto the stack with BTJ. We had Bashal Tutin as well for the Jaguars. Geno Smith and Jack Besh, a new stack. We got Mason Taylor, Jalen Noel, Taj Brooks, Rashard Smith, Tyler Higbee, and Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. That ended up being a 3-7-7-3 build. Drew, do you want to roast us or do you like the team?
No, I think it's good. It's
that's a nice roast.
Look, I'm going to give you guys credit. It's early in the season. You got 2 months before the season actually starts. So, for this stage of the summer, I think it's actually some of your best stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel pretty good about it. Steele, do you agree? Do you think it looks good?
Yeah, y'all are.
We got your favorite player, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt.
You're way ahead of me in this game. Yeah, I had no idea who that was. So I'm gonna say it's good.
All right, it feels good. I think it's a pretty solid team.
I like
Yeah,
this team.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
had a
happy.
question. Is that Trey Harris a new draft guy, or is that the old Trey Harris that's like been around?
New
That was like,
There was
He's
another
good.
Trey Harris.
Ole Miss.
I don't know. Yeah.
I believe there was a Trey Harris that played for the Saints like
There
years
was-
ago, and then I
Yeah,
thought he
there
like
was a Trey
went
Harris back in the day.
somewhere else.
Like a gadget player.
He was like a gadget player.
You might be right.
I think
I don't remember.
I could be thinking of
Oh,
somebody.
I think you're thinking of Trent Harris. Is it Trent
Yes,
Harris?
that is
we're
it.
thinking of?
That is it.
Okay.
That is it.
This is well. Before we get into the next draft, I want to just pick your brain real quick, DBro. So DBro's really high in Trey Harris, and the other rookie that goes right around him, DBro, also talking a lot recently about Jaden Higgins. Do you have like a strong preference between those two, or is it just like wheels up for both of them?
I think it's wheels up for both of them, dude. I think they're both mispriced. I like both of them where they go. I feel like they're both mispriced as like floor picks, and because they're rookies, it's like you don't get the rookie uncertainty when it's like when we talk about the high price guys and stuff like that, or nobody's worried about certain guys, but like nobody wants to draft Jaden Higgins. There's going to be a wide receiver too, whether it's Kirk or Higgins, that steps forward in Houston. And I mean, dude, I'm not worried about in the year 2025. I'm not worried about Quentin Johnston and freaking Mike Williams.
No.
I'm just not.
No.
Yeah.
No. And
Drew, you love QJ.
Yeah. I still believe in his talent.
I don't hate him where he goes.
Did his over end up hitting last year? What was it? 550 yards.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
I think he hit it like
Dude, he hit it with a monster game versus the damn Raiders. He had like a $180,
Yes.
like some
I
crazy
remember Drew
shit.
made that call like preseason. I was like, God, that sounds awful.
He looked really good. My recollection
Drew's
was
just
that he looked really
printing
good
on
for a
like
while.
Quentin
And
Johnson
then later in the
and
season,
Justice Hill overs all
fell
week,
off.
all year.
Justice Hill. Wow. I remember that one.
Dude,
I missed
made
that.
a lot of
Week
freaking money on Justice Hill overs throughout the
Week
season.
one
That
where
is
you
right.
funny because people just don't realize what teams are going to do. If you pick up the right read or if you just get lucky, week one is really where you capitalize.
I thought you were doing that late in the year though with Justice Hill. Like you were doing like
it was
Justice
a
Hill
bit
over
ongoing,
13.
but week
It
one.
was cyclical.
Okay, gotcha.
It was kind of like fashion, when you think it's out, it comes right back in. So.
All right. Are we drafting against each other in the next one? Is that the plan? And are you guys ready to go? I'm not going to enter until.
Steele, nobody is going to keep you from drafting.
All right, we're gonna draft against each other in this Millie Maker draft, but I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna click this. I'm not gonna click enter. I click that button, not the real enter until you guys are all ready. So let me know when we all want to enter
On DraftKings.
On DraftKings, $20 Millionaire Maker.
I'm pulling it up right now. Ooh, why is DK going slow?
It's giving me a fuzzy feeling inside.
I know.
I've missed this. We've talked about it like 3 or 4 times already this year. We've all talked about, let's draft later, and then it's like
I'm good to hop in whenever y'all are.
All right, somebody say the word.
Well, hold on.
Hold on. Let Drew see how many's in there.
Yeah.
Let's just see how this goes, right? I feel like we're trying to get back on a bike here.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
There's some kind of analogy I'm gonna screw up.
You got it. Justin,
I love it.
Do you want me to do it? I can do it.
No. Would you be okay? You'll be ready. All right, hold on one second. 4 of 12. You guys good?
Let's go.
Join.
Go, run.
Join chat.
Oh, and it's already full. Did we make it in? To the same draft?
I made it in. Drew's in. Neil's in.
We're in.
We're in. Just barely. That was like literally
Right in the needle. You'd love to see it.
Was that chat driven or?
I think it was chat driven.
Oh, 100%. It went from 4 to 12 in like a split second.
Yeah, dude, that was fast. They hopped into.
Oh, I'm in the 1 and Drew's in the 2. Look at that.
Let's go.
Where am I?
We got you're in the.
I'm in the 9. I'm cool with that. I love the turn this year.
We got Lutomsky in here again. We got Tyler Negrini. A lot of familiar names here.
Oh, CMC looks like he's inching up in ADP. That's
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I need to stop talking about him so much.
Which I know you're super into him. I'm like really hesitant about CMC.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you hesitant? And maybe
he's hurt. He gets hurt every year. It feels like.
No,
it's every other
year.
Thank you, Steele.
Do we trust that? Come on. Do we trust that as like?
No,
but
San Francisco Giants winning the World Series. They did it every other year for like 4 straight years.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Giants.
Billy believes in me. He's like, against these noobs, he's just going to Neil's going to crush the draft room. That's what I think too.
Yeah.
Could let one of you guys have CMC and his injury.
We'll see about that. Are you going JJF?
No, I go Chase with the 101. Like, want to get my 8% there.
Billy, I think you're underestimating the rest of this group here.
It's a pretty sharp group. Although Justin keeps telling us like he has not started his research yet this year.
So I'll be honest,
maybe not ready yet.
Myself.
Yeah,
but this is my research. This is how
I was like, what happened to the no huddle, Drew? He turned off the light.
I got to figure out my lighting situation in here. Give me a minute.
You're not feeling it? Is it like scorching right behind your ears?
Well, you are on the clock right after me. Just remember that because I'm about to draft.
Appreciate the warning.
Yeah, you'll have a minute after.
Gibbs going second overall or second rank right now.
That's crazy.
I love Jahmyr Gibbs.
I love Gibbs. I just don't.
You might be able to get him where you are. The 7 hole. He doesn't usually fall there.
To me, Montgomery has to get hurt for him to really sit in that, like to be that hot.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the games last year, obviously, but you're right. It was primarily when Montgomery was hurt.
Dude, his stat lines with Montgomery out were just.
I mean, Montgomery's only getting older. Montgomery's not young.
Montgomery is like Steele's age. I mean, that dude is old.
Oh God! There's been a murder. Somebody.
I think
the cops.
Damn, he sniped Gibbs from me.
Damn. Jeez.
Saquon Barkley.
Neil was out for
what
blood.
Still got Saquon in the 7 hole.
Wow.
Can you tell how nuts that is? Have you ever seen that?
No, that's that he usually.
Dude, I'm Razor over here.
Wow. I like that.
He's the youngest of this group, like by a good margin. So we can joke about him being old.
I'm pretty sure David Montgomery's still older than me. Hold on.
No.
I think he's right around 30.
He go right in front
28, 29. He's younger than you.
God, he's 28.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, I'll take my dude here. I'm all in on Genty. I think he's going to crush.
All right. Look at that running back run right there. Never saw that.
How do we feel about Travis Hunter? I mean, we're obviously probably going to draft him. One of us might draft him here soon. But, like, what do we think about that whole, like, I mean, is he going to play full offensive snaps? Like I'm looking at it. He might play he's going to play primarily defense, and he's going to have like gadget plays on offense.
Yes, that's how I feel as well.
So I've drafted a lot of him, but I'm worried.
I've got the opposite take. I think they're full of shit. I don't think they're going to play him on defense as much.
Really?
Yeah.
They keep saying it though. Like they keep repeating it.
I mean, what are they going to say? I mean, if you draft that, you trade that much for a guy. The thing for me, it's like, are you really going to get, oh shit, I'm on the goddamn clock. This is what happens.
This is what happens.
This is the shit that happens. All right. I haven't drafted much. All right. Let's just go full. I'm going to go. This is a Drew start. I'm going to say that. This is a usual Drew start. I'm going to go RB.
All right. There we go. Hey, that printed last year.
Hey, it's a good start, dude. I mean, I think it's, some of these things, it's kind of like, ain't broke, don't fix it. So, what the hell were we talking about before I almost got auto drafted? Hunter. I just don't see how you give up that much in trade equity and stuff to go up to get a damn cornerback. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think he's going to play full-time wide receiver and then play cornerback and some other stuff, like when they mix him in. The other thing is, like, you only got so many hours in a day, like being a rookie. Like, everybody's like, well, it's not like college. He's not going to class and all that kind of shit. It's like, dude, you still only have so many hours in the day. It's hard enough for rookies to hit the ground running whenever they commit to one position and learn the playbooks and all that kind of stuff. Like, so for me, I think he's going to start off being a full-time player on offense, and then they gradually working him in on defense some. But that's my estimation of it.
Can we talk about the fact that the Steelers took Josh Allen at pick 18? I mean, that is conviction right there.
Get your guys.
I mean, dude, everybody on the Bills offense is crazy cheap. I mean, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I guess I don't know his ADP. Maybe you wouldn't have made it back.
I was just looking at that list of names. I was like, who's going to change the game for me here? Josh Allen was what I landed on.
Steele was not very impressed with the rest of the names.
I don't like this range.
No, it's. I prefer drafting at the other end of the board.
Are you going Higgins and Brown?
Yes, McBride. Higgins. I think I'm going Higgins, McBride. Yeah.
Higgins, McBride.
I'm here. I'm just gonna. I do like Chase Brown though. I do like Chase Brown too. I could do that.
I love Devontae Adams.
Man, dude, I was just looking at him.
I love him this year. I really do.
I'm like the full Bengal stack, Neil.
I don't think I actually do want.
You blew it.
I want Chase Brown.
All right, I'll take Higgins. You blew it. You had the full stack.
Drew with the high T star.
No.
I mean, 3 wide receivers. Is this the only team you're going to start this way the whole entire year, Drew?
Probably true.
I was going to say, this is the only one you're doing this with.
You got to flip flop. Last year I was heavy running back. This year I'm heavy receiver.
I think that's really sharp though. Like so many guys stayed healthy last year. Like it's a war of attrition, man. Yeah. Like we're gonna see it regress. It just happens.
I'm drawing a blank right now. Who's Seattle's quarterback?
Sammy Darnold, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sammy Darnold.
Genty at the 2.5 I feel pretty good. Dylan says his friend got Genty at the 2.5.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I thought in this draft.
No, he wasn't making it past me. All right. So call me crazy, guys. Like, am I the only one that's a little bit worried about Malik Neighbors with fucking Russell Wilson? Like, I'm sorry, Russell Wilson just kind of pushes me off Malik Neighbors at that price point. Am I crazy?
I mean, he had worse quarterback play last year, though, didn't he? I mean, could it be any worse?
Fair.
And then your guy Jackson Dart will come in. Like, you're a huge Jackson Dart believer.
I do love Jackson Dart.
Do we think is Russ going to be the starter day one?
I think he's going to start day one, unless Dart just lights it up in the freaking preseason.
Yeah, here's my take on Neighbors. I saw specific schemes drawn up to target the hell out of him. I mean, double-digit targets early on at the half. Maybe he hit that. Maybe it was more like 3/4. But I'm wondering if we're going to see that as much next year. To Neil, to your point, I think Russ is better than Danny Dimes. I think Russ still has somewhat there. I don't know. To your question, that seems about right. You know, they're 10, 11, 9, something like that. Seems about right. I will say I prefer Nico.
I do too.
Yeah, I prefer Nico. Like, and maybe I'm just thinking too much on the Russ stuff, but like, I just, man.
Yeah. You agree if Dart is any good, is he just going to steal the job from Russ?
I agree with Robert there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Dart is good. I think Dart is going to be very good. I've been on that train the entire time.
Wasn't he a QB1 from this class?
He was. Yeah. He was. I really like the kid.
Who's your QB1 last year in that rookie class?
Jane Daniels. And the year before was CJ Stroud. I mean, since we're flexing, I might as well just get it out of the way. Yeah.
I didn't realize that you had Jaden Daniels over Caleb. I did not even realize that.
Sure did. Caleb was actually my.
I had a bet.
I know you did Steele. Yeah, Steele was taking him like every draft. He was like Terry McLaurin, and then I'm going to get Jaden Daniels. Yeah.
Speaking of, how's that 1-1 treating you?
Oh.
Did we talk about that already?
We talked about it a little bit.
It's sending it off for grading.
Hell yeah.
What is the product?
Steele had to go with the full buyback on that one. He was like, y'all are disrespecting this shit.
What was it? Was it Prism or like what was the product, Steele? Or was it from one of those?
It was Top Signatures.
Top Signatures. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I saw you shaking a little bit though when you pulled it. I think you.
It wasn't a little bit. It wasn't a little bit. I was shaking a lot.
Hopefully, it didn't drop it down to a 9 or
Steele might have had to change his pants afterwards.
Oh, let's go.
I don't think I've ever. That's like the hit of the entire product. I don't think I've ever had that.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that was the best card you could possibly pull.
Yeah,
just incredible.
Nice DK Metcalf and JSN former teammate correlation there.
Yep,
love to see it. Look at this guy going Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts in 2 of his first 4 rounds.
Interesting.
I'll say it's interesting. I'll say it's interesting.
How do we feel about James? Oh, I'm sorry, Neil.
It's fair. I don't care.
Do you think Jaden Daniels has a CJ Stroud type second year?
Dude, I'll say this.
No. I don't.
I like him a lot. I think he's going to still have a really good year. I think he's going to run, and that always helps. But like
his legs are so much more prominent.
Some of the dude, them trading for DBro is like I'm not in on DBro.
Dude,
some of their offseason moves.
Like I've been talking to people and people love that for them. I'm like, I'm not really in on DBro.
I understand why they did it with as much screen passes as Cliff likes to call. Like I understand it, but like it's still freaking DBro. Like I don't think that he's just like I don't know, man. Like
there's so many people in the NFL that can do what DBro does.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Like at this point in his career.
I don't disagree with that at all.
A few years ago, no, DBro is very dynamic.
Damn you, Neil. That was a good. I love George Pickens this year. That was a good pick, man.
I love George Pickens as well.
Thank you. I didn't want Joe Burrow.
That pick pissed me off.
I wanted Joe, and I wanted Worthy to come back. That would have been fun.
Yeah. Not to be.
For the Chiefs Bengals stack.
That would be fun. Well, it's Chiefs Broncos this year.
Yeah, I just mean in general. Like those, having those two teams, I'd be very happy with that.
Yeah, I hear you.
What are y'all drinking, Neil? I saw some wine.
Got a big old glass of red wine. I poured myself a double to last the evening.
Yeah,
figure it'll get warm and still be good.
Good.
The last is, I don't know if you guys saw, I started a stream with Jacob Sanderson like a month or so ago, and I started off and like I had the stream open on my phone, and it started playing, and I could hear my voice off on my phone. I was like, where the hell is that coming from? And I just like reached for it, and it was a double glass of wine like this, knocked the damn thing over.
Yes.
Crushed like my whole office. Like I still find things that are covered in wine now. Like it's just like wine everywhere and glass, shards of glass just across the entire office. It was brutal. And it was at the very beginning of the stream.
I'm so mad that I never went back and looked at it because I remember when you posted it, and I remember you commented something like your wife. This was the first time that your wife actually went and looked at a stream because she had to see you crack it. And so I've been meaning to look back at it. Now I got the play-by-play. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, just go back, find the stream that I did with Jacob Sanderson. It was in the first 2 minutes of the stream. I just like knocked in a whole ass glass of wine on the ground.
How did you not clip that?
I should have clipped it. Brent says, my son Owen says Steele is his favorite player. Mine too. We have that in common.
Brent, tell Owen he's my favorite fan.
That's
what
nice.
The hell? Damn.
Wait, I just said that you're my favorite player, and then you said Owen is your favorite. I mean, that's a little bit.
Owen's a kid. Come on.
That's fair. That's fair.
Neil acts like
I love how Neil got upset about that.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I'm right here. You can see my face.
I just showed you your own card that I bought.
I complimented your hair at the beginning of the stream. Jeez, the point.
It's because I called him old. I pointed out that he was older than David Montgomery, and he's like not on the list anymore.
Booted.
Oh goodness.
Big 3-0, Justin.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Ready for the big 3-0?
I'm ready to go home. I'm going home for my birthday. I'm excited about that.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of oysters, baby.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Damn right.
I would not steal a foul ball from a first grader.
There's a very funny Impractical Jokers, if you guys haven't seen it, where the challenge is literally stealing. It's like in pregame batting practice. I think it's Noah Syndergaard decided to be part of Impractical Jokers, and he was tossing balls out to the fans, and the challenge is stealing the balls away from the kids.
That's pretty great.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I've never seen Impractical Jokers.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really good.
So good. That one of the guys on that show ended up having some shady stuff about him that we won't talk about on here.
Two of them had shady stuff.
Oh, really? I didn't know it was two of them. All right, I need to make a pick here.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever come back on air. Or new episodes.
Oh, I don't know who to pick here. I'm just taking this guy because this is the guy you was talking about, right? That's going to be the running back for Denver.
Oh, yeah, take him. DBro loves him.
DBro's
going to be so mad when you take him. Yeah.
I just took him.
I started RB, baby. I'm good. I'm trying to make up Grant at wide receiver right now, especially since I went Kittle.
To Steele, dude, you just made his day. He was jumping around the living room. Love that.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
We love you, Owen.
You're the man, Owen.
Very cool. Very cool.
Just keep the ball down. You'll be a big leaguer too.
Justin, I don't know if you guys were in the chat. My nephew, my brother-in-law texted me with my nephew attached. My nephew is a freshman in college, and sent a video of my nephew pitching and said, "Can you send this to Justin Steele and ask him what he can do to improve?" And Justin sent him a few tips, and my nephew swore that like the next day he was pitching 2 miles per hour faster, just like taking Justin's advice. He was like, felt so much better. Like, oh, I'm just whipping the ball.
Steele figured he's getting closer to the 3-0. He's got to work on his pitching coach.
Shit, I'm on the clock
at this point.
His coaching.
I'm on the clock.
I love that. Shit, I'm on the clock.
Dude, I didn't realize I was on the clock when I almost auto-drafted until I looked at the screen and realized, oh, shit, that's my name blinking.
We're going to have a couple of those for sure.
How do we feel about Quinshon Judkins?
Woof. Hell no.
I just took him, so
so
you don't have to.
That, Neil.
I've taken a lot of him. I don't.
Is it thundering?
Is it in Zona?
I didn't think it rained there.
This would be the first time. Like
must be fireworks still.
Oh yeah, that's definitely what it is.
Oh.
Is it? Oh,
dude, I'm listening outside. I'm like, what in the world?
You know they start selling that shit like 2 weeks before 4th of July.
Oh, that's great.
We were already hearing it. I was hearing it the other night. Like, I went to go let the dogs out, and I was like, bro, it's like June 28th. What the hell are we doing here?
Oh, yeah.
Billy, thank you for the reminder. I did not see Billy's message that I was on the clock. I just noticed in the last. I was like, I'm the one.
Billy, we are trying to make him miss a couple picks.
He's got to miss at least a few. Please, Billy,
It's
don't call it out.
It happens every one of these shows. Somebody misses a pick at some point.
It's usually me multiple times. I'll own that.
Yeah.
All right, what do I need to do here? Who is this Caleb Johnson guy? Do I need to know who that is?
Yes, you do. He's very good. He's going to be a top 24 running back.
DBro, do you like Caleb Johnson better than Judkins?
Oh, easily.
Man,
like not even close. Yep.
I always like debate between those two, but like Judkins just like ranks so much higher, like every ranking system. So I always think like, should I go find Caleb Johnson?
Like, I don't understand why. Like,
okay.
Caleb's going to get a shit ton of work this year.
Say less.
There you go.
Yep. Love him.
Yeah.
I mean, Steele's just winning the millie in this, man.
It's a pretty interesting team, I'd say.
I still got Waddle at 55.
Yeah.
Oh, and he got Barkley at 7.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty nice team.
I'm trying.
Oh, Libby just texted me. She said it's storming. It is raining.
No, it is raining.
That's wild.
Fireworks made sense, though.
Yeah.
Fireworks did make sense. I was like, oh,
when
shit.
you said fireworks, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Like, yeah, that's good. Your wife's correcting you from the other room. She's like, he said something about fireworks. It's not fireworks.
Robert says, Justin, I make my T-ballers run wind sprints till they puke. Is that too young? T-ballers, never too young.
Got to learn somehow.
It's too old.
Too old. I mean, my dad made me do some crazy stuff. So
really,
yeah, I was going to say, dude, I did a lot of crazy shit growing up.
Yeah, I mean, my dad used to make us run poles and stuff.
Yeah.
Justin's dad also a famous quarterback. He was I get all of my Southern states mixed up. He was Alabama. Where was he?
Yeah, he was a wide receiver at Alabama.
Oh, he was a wide receiver. I thought he was a quarterback. Yeah. Okay.
And well, I'm a pitcher, so I can see where you just make the translation there. But he was a wide receiver at Alabama in '84.
Let's go.
Which was Bear Bryant's last recruiting class.
Oh, no way.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Oh, see, I just got auto-drafted. There we go.
Oh, no.
I was pulling up the queue, and I was like, damn. So how far ahead of ADP did I take Fields? Was it that bad?
I took Fields. Not that far ahead of ADP. Right around.
Made me feel better about it, Neil. Make me feel better.
I mean, better than taking like a non-running quarterback unstacked.
Yeah.
I saw some video of this guy running some routes the other day. I was impressed.
You're not gonna like DBro's analysis there of the Matthew Golden.
Really?
I'm not in on him, but I could see a path.
Well, you think that his speed is not as good as they claim it is?
No, I don't. I think his 40 was false. But
what's the latest on Godwin these days? Obviously, he's passed. I'm just curious.
I haven't heard anything bad.
I heard he turned down more money to stay in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he did, man. I just kind of worry, like, we've have a bad history of guys coming off of ankle injuries and tightrope procedures and them starting slow. Like, I think that's going to be the case for Godwin.
Who's we? Are you a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan?
No.
I
guess what I'm saying, I guess I am unofficially, but shit.
We as in a football watcher.
That's usually not something I mess up on, so I'll have to own that one. Kyler.
I've got Trey McBride.
You took McBride. I was like, I don't think you.
Dude, I have an impressive Trey McBride card collection at this point.
Oh, dude.
For some reason, like his stuff doesn't go for crazy money.
Yeah,
because he's not a quarterback. Like only quarterbacks really
it's just like tight end's not a sought after position, really.
Yeah,
it's like your best ball portfolio last year. An impressive Trey McBride.
Yeah.
I thought you were going in a whole different direction with that. I thought that was a roast. Not even gonna lie. Like as soon as I heard you drop it,
like 100% Trey McBride.
Oh yeah, it was a lot.
And Sam Laporta. It was the double elite tight end.
Yeah, that burned me.
Yeah. That was the reason. Even though you took all the Jaden Daniels, that kept you from winning the $1 million. All the Sam Laporta.
The Jaden and Terry, they got me to the playoffs. And
they did.
All right. I do see that I'm coming up with a pick this time, so
I miss football.
Me too.
I got my outside TV ready. I'm ready to go.
I'm at the point in the summer right now where I'm like, I love drafting. Like doing these drafts is super fun. I think I'm probably going to reach the burnout stage by the end of this month at some point, and then
but I don't know who else to take right there.
Wait, where'd you go?
Andrews. I really like Andrews. Nah, that's a good pick.
It's pretty strong.
It's a good pick. Good pick, Steele. Good pick.
Why do you like him? I thought he looked awful last year.
Dude, back half after coming off the tightrope stuff, his numbers really picked up a lot. I'll pull it up here in a second after I hopefully don't auto with this shit.
You have a good string there going into playoffs.
I'll take some ceiling weeks from Bateman. Why the fuck not? Okay.
Sorry, I'll just jump in super quick. 11, 12 picks ahead. You're getting Kelsey, Hawkinson right after, Ingram right after that.
I know. I was thinking about going tight end the pick before because I was worried about there wouldn't be much to pick from.
Yeah. Those three, I feel like, are head and shoulders above.
Above Andrews? Do you think so?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys haven't read DBro's
Kelsey, who else?
Hawkinson, Ingram.
Okay, so I will agree with you on Ingram. I don't agree with the rest.
Really?
Yeah. All right. So, here I found it. So, hold on. Am I about to pick again? Okay. I got enough time to say this. I was like, shit. Am I about to pick? So, Mark Andrews, weeks 1 through 9 was tight end 16 in fantasy points per game. Weeks 10 through 18, he was the tight end 5. Over the back half of the season, his target share went from 11.3 to 18.1. His yards per route run went from 1.7 to 2.3. His receiving yards per game went from 32 to 48. He was doing all the things that he had done previously in his career.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think he's bouncing back in a big way.
I like it.
So Steele,
thank you for making me feel better about my pick.
I love the pick, Steele.
Don't
let Drew talk you off of it.
Not
like Drew's won a shit ton of money at best ball or anything. Just don't let Drew talk you off of it.
Drew, have you had success at best ball?
I'm profitable. I don't know
you had a good year last year, didn't you? Like when things broke right, you'd have been some stacks. So.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, with what I do with best ball, like I try to take advantage of overlay as hard as I can.
Okay.
And so that's less on the underdog side, and it's more on the DraftKings and smaller sites for best ball, and it's good. It's fun.
That's smart. Yeah, good approach.
But I will say for underdog, they did that pre-draft tournament. Do you remember that I think I texted you guys about it like 30 minutes before lock. It was pre-draft, and it filled at something like 70%. I literally made a couple adjustments to my auto draft list, and then I just entered 150, or I think max was 75, and I just auto drafted 75 on the spot.
I think you got me in on a bunch of those too. I think I did a bunch after.
I splashed a little bit of action too after you sent it.
Good. Yeah, I think you have to take advantage of those.
Have to.
Yeah. Well, Underdog has a promo going right now. But it's like you have to enter 16 different lineups across 4 different contests, and you get $50 back, whatever. I believe DraftKings, they're going to be doing their DraftKings Best Ball Week in a couple weeks, and I assume they're going to have a ton of promos for.
They already have like the usual one where like if you draft one $20 milli team, you get another one. I think that's still
yes,
live.
they do. And then like if you draft 10, then you get something else and whatever.
Draft 16 teams across 4 contests. Like, can we make it more of a pain in the ass, Underdog? Thanks.
Yeah.
Like that seems a little bit elaborate, but okay.
I appreciate any promo. Like I'm not one to complain about that kind of thing, but
no, you just leave the bitching to me. It's fine. I got it.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can bitch about it though.
Yeah, I'll bitch about it. It's okay.
All right.
Now, look, my POV is just take advantage of any deal that fits what you're trying to do. It's worth every dollar that you can get. And plus, now we're going to get taxed even if we're a losing player.
Exactly.
That is rough for Neil.
Who's the rest of the leaving room besides Shakir and Coleman?
Josh Palmer,
Elijah Moore.
Thank you.
Yep. I love Palmer this year, by the way. I think that hit their addition or them signing Josh Palmer is a really, like, when they get man coverage, I think they're going to pepper that dude. His numbers versus man coverage were fantastic last year, and that was a big problem for the Bills. They didn't have a guy who could beat man coverage. That's who they wanted Keon to be, but he said, "I'm not there yet."
I hope he's there now.
We'll see.
I saw he put some weight on.
Yeah, that's not usually something I love for wide receivers. Like Marvin Harrison Jr., everybody's like, "Oh, he looks stacked," and I'm like, I'm old enough to remember David Boston too.
David Boston, wow, that's a grab.
I'm not old enough to remember David Boston, if I'm being honest.
Well, maybe you're too old, Neil, because you're definitely in the age range.
That's true. We just established pre-stream that DBro and I are the exact same age.
I said, "Oh, I'm 41," and Neil goes, "I'm exactly the same age."
Yeah.
I'm an old man, 36.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I will be 42 this month, so I'm probably.
My response to Neil was, once you get past 40, it doesn't matter after that. It's all the same shit. Like, till you hit 50, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I was on the clock, if any of you assholes are going to.
No, it was me.
Clock or not.
I mean, we would not tell you.
I was fixing to say, you definitely wouldn't tell me. Steele took the high road, but nobody would tell me.
Now you're on the clock.
You're
welcome.
I've already made my pick. You're late, Neil.
All right.
Who's this blue guy? Jaden Blue.
Everybody likes him. Pass catching running back out of Texas. I'm lukewarm. I think Javonte is more likely just going to clog up the works. Actually, I think, dude, when I looked at Javonte's tackle breaking metrics, I think there is a path for him to be this year's J.K. Dobbins. I'm drafting him a decent amount of cost.
I agree.
I was really worried about like him bouncing back, and I don't want to talk the table, but Dalton Kincaid's still out there for you to steal. I'm not taking him, but just pointing it out.
Wait, did you say that you're in on Javonte Williams, DBro?
I am, yeah.
Oof, man.
I
was just about to roast Drew for taking Javonte at pick 119.
I'll pull up some splits here in a second. I do have there's an analytical case to be made.
This is my analysis. Is the same as Billy says. Gross Javonte blah. That's my analysis of Javonte.
I'm excited.
Never drafting him again.
Yeah, last year was rough.
I wasn't in on him last year.
Yeah,
but I mean, it didn't make me feel any better that I was in on Jaleel. I'll just put that out there, though. So,
Jaleel,
Jaleel.
Look, think about the workload that he can get. he's not guaranteed. But look at the other running backs that are getting drafted around him. He has just as good of a path as anyone else.
Here, I'll pull up some stats on him in a sec.
But he also, like, if they just add anybody who has talent, he's going to be replaced immediately.
Who are they adding at this point?
I think
if the rookie show up.
Yeah, I don't know who they're going to add.
I still would not rule out. I'm not saying that they make the move for him. I'm still not ruling out Travis Etienne getting moved before week 1. I think that's still live.
I guess what, another couple of weeks before I feel like we don't typically see NFL trades.
So, all right. So here's my Javonte Williams spiel. So if you look at, just break it down week by week last year, like there is a definitive line where he just hit a wall, dude. Like just didn't have any juice left. If you look at weeks 1 through 8, he had a 20% missed tackle forced rate, which is actually pretty damn good. Like amongst 43 qualifying backs, he was 13th best. After week 8, Javonte Williams didn't force another missed tackle the rest of the damn season. So like if he bounces back and doesn't hit the wall and looks more like kind of like the guy that for the beginning of last year, I do think that there's a realistic expectation like behind that Dallas offensive line, which I think is going to surprise people, to be honest.
Yep.
I do think he holds on to the job, and I think he's going to be a value.
Nah.
So suck it, Neil.
Disagree. Wrong.
No.
One hell of a rebuttal, baby. Were you in debate in high school?
Yeah. No, that's fair analysis. I don't know what to make of the Dallas running back room because I'm like you say, like Jadon Blue is not somebody that I'm like going out of my way to draft. I'm taking Miles Sanders late. It just seems like Miles Sanders is as talented as Javonte Williams.
You're burning money. Don't draft Miles Sanders. Please don't. You
want to talk about a guy Williams?
You want to talk about a guy that is cooked? It's Miles Sanders. Like, not trying to shade Miles Sanders or like bury him on this freaking stream, but like, dude, I don't see it, man. Like, I don't think he's got much left in the tank.
Hey, James with a great take.
I mean, no doubt.
I like
you pay James?
It's a burner.
Texting him, Libby, post it now.
Yeah. He did get Saquon at the 1.7, which feels pretty good.
It's pretty good.
He really did.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not mad at that team. Pretty strong.
Do y'all like McMillan or Leggett more this year?
Neither for me.
There's not much more to choose from. So
Romeo Dobbs, I like.
I do like Dobbs. Yeah.
QJ.
Neil got it. What was that? Like a midnight or a 1 a.m. text from me the other night about Dobbs, Neil?
That is right. Yeah.
He said, I can't be the burner. I hate the Cubs.
Oh, no.
Coming or not.
Must be a Cardinals fan or a Brewers fan.
Speaking of Dubs, we'll take him here.
Or White Sox. Do White Sox fans hate Cubs?
There's some people that I would say are fans of both. That are just like Chicagoans.
Chicago team, yeah.
I would say Cardinals is the biggest rivalry, and then the Brewers are right behind it.
Yeah.
I've been watching Rookie of the Year with my kids. They've been loving it.
Oh, dude, it's such a legendary movie. I could still quote that damn movie like crazy.
Is that the one that Pete's mom is in?
It's the kid, Pete's mom. It's the kid who has
PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong.
PCA's mom is in? That's crazy.
His mom's in it?
Yeah, it's the mom.
I remember you telling me that she was an actress.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
It's a baseball movie. I don't know if it's that one.
All right,
now I'm Googling this shit. Y'all probably gonna get me to auto pick. Hold on.
I mean, she would be too
I feel
young.
like I'm getting
like if she was the mom in that, because that was like 90s, wasn't it?
Yes.
PCA is only like 25, right?
Yeah, no, younger. He's young.
Yeah.
Ashley Crow.
No, Little Big League.
Little Big League.
Oh, okay.
I remember that one.
I do remember that one.
That was the Twins.
Yeah, that's it.
That would be wild if it was a Cubs movie too.
Yeah.
Billy asks, which one does the Pope like? Now, this one, I had said, like, oh, it sounds like he's a Cubs fan. I was all excited. Like, the Pope probably knows who Steele is.
I've seen
both. Other people are saying that he's a White Sox fan, so I don't actually know.
I've seen both. I've seen both. I've seen both. Dude, with AI nowadays, like, I don't know what to believe. Like,
yeah, you can't tell what's what.
I choose to believe that the Pope knows who Justin Steele is, because that's just awesome. The Pope knows who you are.
That is very cool. Which in turn, he knows who we are because he's watching the stream.
Exactly. He's like, we watch, consumes everything.
Watching the stream right now.
Every time somebody mentions the Pope, I just think of Family Guy. To the Pope Mobile.
Yeah.
Would be the Pope's username. The Pope.
The Pope.
Yeah.
The Pope.
Followed by whatever number he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Give me the GOAT, Aaron Rodgers.
Clayton Kershaw just got to 3,000 strikeouts.
Dude, that's awesome.
Who?
Clayton Kershaw.
Really?
Probably the last one.
Yeah. You think so?
Interesting.
Yeah.
For a bit.
Dude, I mean, there's not many guys who are going to be able to get close to 3,000 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's an insane number. That's like
that's crazy because you not only need to be really damn good for so long, it's the longevity part. Like you got to
nobody
get into it.
The way the game is now, it's not.
It's
very doable.
Yeah.
It's like 3K hits, man.
It's like, I mean, dude, they were Fergie Jenkins threw 360 something complete games.
Yep.
Jeez.
I've been in the big leagues for 4 years and I've thrown one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just it's different, man.
I remember it.
I remember it too.
I do too.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Great day.
We threw a complete game.
We did.
We did.
It was great.
Drew said his arm was hurting afterwards, though.
Oh, it was. A lot of fist bumps.
Is that the one where you sent all the champagne on the bus pictures, Steele? Like, wasn't it that night? There were a lot of tequila pictures and champagne pictures that float around the group text.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There might have been something.
You had a lot of celebrations last year.
Yeah, there was a lot of celebrations last year. I'm trying to remember what it was because I feel like it was something else.
There was a lot of milestones.
Yeah.
Wasn't that for one of your teammates? I think it was you were celebrating.
Yeah, else. I think you're right. Because I remember what bottle it was. It was a Sincoro tequila.
Very nice.
I remember what it was. It was when I won Napoli that huge bet.
Was it really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he bought me 2 like very nice fishing reels and a bottle of tequila.
That's great.
That's pretty sweet.
For the chat, oh shit, did I just auto pick?
No, you got it.
No.
Okay.
No, you're not up yet.
For the chat, I gave Mike Napoli Robert McIntyre outright for the Scottish Open. I only had about like $50 on it, maybe not even that. Mike Napoli put $2 grand on it and won a lot of money. Sorry, I'm making a pick right now.
I was going to say you are up now.
I'll add to that. McIntyre at that point, like he was a dark horse. He oh gosh, what was the odds? Like 30.
Give me D-Hop. I'll throw a
like
dart at a wall.
I like it. He's going to get a bunch of touchdowns.
Yeah.
Slim pickings through here, huh?
Yeah.
We're at that point in the draft. All right, now I'm wondering, is Brent pulling our leg? Because he says, my kids have been arguing nonstop since you gave Owen a shout out. How about something for Dylan? What do you think of Dylan, Steele? It's another child.
I think Dylan and Owen should get some Hulk hands and Rochambeau it out.
There you go.
I mean, there can only be one.
Unless your household doesn't roll that way. I don't want your kids fighting.
Probably
my brother, on the other hand, we were fighting with Hulk hands.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. At least 3 concussions.
Look, I'm just going to say, if we got 2 kids, Dylan and Owen, watching this, that they sound like great kids. 3 boys.
Says 3 boys. Owen and Dylan are twins. They're ready to throw down.
There we go. Great kids. Love it. I got 4 boys myself. Just had my 4th, so I'm in that boat.
You got him Rochambeauing yet?
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
got to get the energy out somehow.
The oldest is 7, and it's just nonstop yelling and fighting, but it's all good.
I think the most common between me and my brother.
Oh, Justin Steele, I got sniped.
Ooh.
Damn. I think the most common phrase that was uttered in our house when my brother and I were growing up was, "Stop, you're going to kill him."
Uh-huh.
Of course, we were like, I was a big WWE fan growing up, so I was like, I mean, what's the problem?
I was giving people's
he just choke slammed that guy. Why can't I do it to him?
We never.
God, I don't know who to take here. What am I doing?
I was the middle of 3. Four kids, but 3 boys.
All
right, go ahead.
Samson or Lloyd or
Calvin Austin.
I hate it.
Oh,
you,
no,
you had Rogers.
Daniel
Yeah, that's
Jones.
not bad pick. Oh wait,
Rodgers,
you went Dimes?
Josh Allen.
Yeah, so he's got Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and Danny Dimes. I think that's
okay.
Strong.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Don't really, yeah. Three quarterbacks. You got 1 elite. I think that's pretty good.
Yep.
We never fought with my older brother, but my younger brother and I fought a lot. He put a hole through my cheek. I put a nail in his knee.
A hole through
a lot of stuff.
A nail in the knee. Wow.
Not intentionally. For
I was like,
them.
what the hell? Like, were you fighting with?
No, we were fighting under a broken table when we were like young kids. That's
okay, I was like,
there was a nail sticking out.
Did you live in a junkyard, Neil?
I mean, man, Tyler Shuck wants me to take Tyler Shuck. Oh, you fucker! You took Michael Wilson. Sorry to the kids in the audience.
You want to know in my back.
You just said there were kids in here.
We just went on like a 10-minute thing about how it's so great that the kids are turning.
I mean,
look, it's late. Get to bed. What are you guys doing?
Come on.
I mean, we assume that they're already in bed by now.
Brent's wife is yelling at him right now.
Yeah. What are you watching?
You shouldn't be watching this.
Yeah.
Darren Waller is a top suggestion. I don't think I like that.
Oof.
You can go Chig.
I'm getting tagged on X. People watching the stream. Somebody just said, so World Serpent 82 tagged me and said, I just tuned in. You said char grilled oysters from Acme. Yes, sir. I'm from Boston and experienced these for the first time a year ago at Acme and Nolan. Now I can't stop talking about them.
Really?
I love it, dude.
Good.
Acme's good, man. That and Boo fries. It's like gravy and cheese on fries. Oh.
I like Acme and Felix's. Felix is good.
Drago's
is
good. Acme's good. I mean, you really can't go wrong. Then you get a really good burger at Portical. Just naming off NOLA places right now. Making me hungry.
I've never been to NOLA as an adult.
Got to.
I was supposed to go for a bachelor party a few years back, and then I had an appendectomy instead.
Fun.
Missed it. Yeah.
Kind of feels like exactly what you don't want to do, Neil.
Yeah, it was the worst.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
Let's go to a Saints game this year.
Dude, we're gonna be so bad.
Yep.
Tyler Shuck, not a believer.
I hope there's not Saints.
There was some embarrassing moments.
I'm in the Saints' good graces right now. They're sending me care packages. And
I was fixing to say, I don't know if you.
That's why I can't rip too hard.
Yeah. What you mean is they're going to be in a good spot to get a great draft pick next year.
I bet their futures already. Yeah, the overs. Take the division. Yep. Said Justin Steele. Quote that. Quote that and put it on a graphic, Neil.
No,
like, you probably want them to be bad this year, right? Like I think that's.
No, I wanted them to be bad last year. Yeah. Remember when they started 2-0? I was like,
yeah.
I was like, no. I was like, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Do we? Okay. Well, do we know who's
Hernandez says Justin looks so handsome?
Oh, I surprised that you picked out that comment, Justin. Just picks out all the comments.
I mean, considering
Justin Steele is fired. Justin is handsome. He's just like picking out all of the.
Considering the source, I don't know.
It's from Aaron Hernandez. Yeah, I don't know about that.
R.I.P. Who's last place in the Super Bowl betting odds?
Saints.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be the Saints.
Did you see how fast it Saints that is? Like, wasn't even
Yeah, and it's a distant last too, which is
we don't know who our quarterback is.
Yeah, I mean, there were some really bad moments last year.
I bet it's like 90% Shough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be Shough. Rattler's bad.
Can I toss one out that I really like at 40-1?
Yeah,
the Cowboys at 40-1.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
I like that too.
Great offense. We saw an amazing defense 2 years ago.
Yep.
I mean, at 40-1, like just get on a little roll and then cash out at some point, or
with a running back like Miles Sanders there, like the sky's the limit.
Yeah, or it just evolves into a passing team and we let that cook a little.
The receiver that Cam Ward played with at Miami.
Restrepo.
We're not.
Is Ao Manor still out there?
Early.
I would take Ao Manor if he's still out there.
Got him.
Do you have Ward? Is that what are you stacking him?
No. I was just trying.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
I don't know the Titans receiver room, to be honest.
Yeah, I would go Ellick. I'm not a Restrepo guy.
Justin, you watched some film on Restrepo, didn't you, that you liked?
I mean, he was it 3 years in a row, 1,000 yards?
Yep.
He was Cam Ward's target, and he's about to be playing with him again, and their wide receiver room's not great, so I imagine he's going to go to what he's familiar with.
Yeah. No, he's one of those, he like tested super bad. So like people were really in on him until like the combine. Is this right, DBro?
Yeah, he definitely has a hive still, man. I mean, his numbers at the combine were just really rough. Even if he was like the size of a tight end, they were still pretty rough. I will say though, as context for him, he was definitely not 100%. He was hurt when he tested at the combine. I do know that.
Okay, makes a big difference.
I do think take the testing with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that he's a burner, but I would probably chuck his testing in the garbage, considering he did test hurt.
I mean, good college receiver.
Yep,
was really good.
Got peppered with targets, man. They need somebody to catch the damn ball there. Or it's going to go to somebody.
And honestly, like even if he's that, like if the last pick of a best ball draft, you get him and he ends up getting like, I don't know however many targets and however many catches, even if it's, 10 yards a catch or whatever.
It's PPR, baby.
Yeah.
He could Wan'Dale Robinson the shit out of that. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for the reminder. Billy says, anybody who hasn't yet, please like the stream. Yeah, would appreciate it.
Thank you, Billy.
Like the stream, subscribe.
I love Billy's plugging it. We're like just trying not to get auto drafted here.
Has anybody seen Righteous Gemstones?
Oh yeah.
It's on the watch list. I haven't cracked it open yet.
Every time I say Billy, I just think of Baby Billy.
Baby Billy.
I am a Goggins fan, man. He's so good in everything he's in, man.
He's the best. What else? I just watched him in something. I don't remember.
His SNL was absolutely fantastic.
Dude, he's good.
He's in White Lotus.
Did y'all see the skit he did in SNL? If anybody's out there, Google the one where he was the waiter at SNL. It was fantastic. He was like hitting on the mom and stuff like that as he.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah.
This shit was so funny, dude.
No, he's pretty hilarious.
Did you say something, Drew?
I said Neil loves White Lotus. He can't stop.
Great show.
It is.
This last season
I haven't watched it yet. I'm behind.
The last season wasn't better than the first two.
No. I didn't watch season 3. I watched 1 and 2, which was really good. And then
I still think it's good. Like I still think you should watch it.
Yeah, it's still good, but like it's not as good as season 1 or 2 in my opinion.
Yeah.
I also found out that my 7-year-old was also watching, but not at that moment.
Like watched it on their own?
No. My wife put it on while she was making the bed.
Oh, okay.
And
then I was also cracking up at the chat. Brent said they both did a double take, Neil.
when I swore before.
Yeah.
I hope your son did not see the scene between the brothers with the party scene. I won't go any deeper into the description than that. Oh no, you haven't seen season 3. Never mind.
There's a lot of scenes in that show.
I was gonna say. I guess I need to watch it.
Speaking of shows, Waterfront.
I keep hearing about that. Like literally the past 24 hours, I've heard about it 5 times.
Dude, yeah, looks really good.
Me and Libby just watched the entire. There's only one season.
Did y'all binge it?
Dude, we have any time we've had free time, we watched it. And like, I don't get that way with shows.
Yeah.
Just saw Billy's comment.
The receding hairline comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody said Waterfront was like the Ozarks and some other show.
It's like Ozarks, but it's on the ocean.
Okay.
I've heard that too. Okay. Yeah. I've never seen the Ozarks.
Oh, Ozark's really good. Where's Waterfront take place? North Carolina? Yeah.
Ozark it's on the Lake Ozarks, and then this one is in North Carolina.
Waterfront, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Did I miss say that? Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. I've heard good things.
I'm looking for a new show to be obsessed with. I was really excited about this show, Sirens. I thought it looked good.
Yeah, I've heard good
all the reviews. The reviews are kind of bad. Like it like looked good. I thought it was going to be good.
Is it like a mermaid thing, or am I just making that up?
No, not a mermaid thing. At least I don't think. Maybe there's a twist. I don't know.
Did somebody already take that running back?
Sorry, Steele. That was me.
Oh yeah, he did. 225.
Yeah, not bad.
Waterfront was very good. All right, I'll try it out. My wife and I are still making our way through Last of Us season 2, which is not nearly as good as season 1.
I'm about to auto pick. I have no idea who to take. It's auto picking.
Estimate.
Why did it take him?
Oh.
He's not even on my. He wasn't even on my.
He wasn't even on in your queue or anything.
Yeah.
Just by ADP, I would assume.
The 7-year-old. I can't believe Dad's on TV, according to my wife.
That's great. So they're watching you.
Not now. They were.
Oh, okay.
They should be in bed. Jordan, go to bed.
He could just go to the garage. You just go see him live. It's okay.
Jordan, go to bed.
DBro, where are you at on Savion Williams? Because you did a little spiel where you called him like a mini Debo Samuel.
I like him. I could see him playing the Debo role, man.
That's fun.
That's really fun.
Like, to me, that archetype of player, like, he could play that role better than Jaden Reed can play it, to be honest.
All right. Jaden Reed, pretty good at it.
I mean, Jaden Reed's okay at it. I think Savion is exactly who you want for that role.
I asked that without planning to take him.
He's Debo, but he's at like hyper athletic. He's souped up Debo.
All right, let's take a look at our teams.
Whose dog is that?
No, that's mine.
That's my big dog.
So everybody was nonstop talking about how good Steele's team is. So we'll read off Steele's team first. Steele gets Saquon Barkley in the 7 hole, which I think that's furthest I've ever seen Saquon fall. Then he goes Josh Allen in the 2nd round. JSN at 31, DK Metcalf, Jalen Waddle, pretty nice value there. Then he goes RJ Harvey. Well, my screen's okay. RJ Harvey, so it goes a couple of rookie running backs with RJ Harvey and Caleb Johnson. Matthew Golden, adding on another rookie there. Mark Andrews, Keon Coleman, Tucker Kraft, Ray Davis, adding on to that Buffalo stack. Jalen McMillan, Aaron Rodgers, DeAndre Hopkins, Dimes, Dylan Sampson, Elok Eomenor, Tyler Higbee, and Audric Estimate. The one pick that
you just leave off the last round. He just
you did like allow it to happen because you were like, it's gonna auto pick. There's nothing I can do. Like, didn't like click on a name that you like. You're just like, all right, whatever.
Couldn't find a name I liked, and then it gave me one I really didn't like.
Yeah. All right. Aaron really wants to rub our heads. I've got a Dave Stubble on my head at this point. So
mine's all fresh and clean. So I'll wake up with the 5 o'clock shadow tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you really shave every day?
I don't. I can't. I have to go like every 3 days. My skin can't handle it, man.
Yeah, I'll get razor rash if I do that. Yeah. All right. Now, so that was a nice team. I think that's a nice team for Steele. You got your
team.
Your stacks up. Do you have any?
Were you trying to get Jordan Love still with the Packers guys?
I was.
Yeah, I was 6
Oh yeah, Kraft. Yeah.
Where did he end up going? Like
he got taken right before my my Ray Davis pick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so you haven't done.
I thought you were setting up a Packers stack with that too. So
yeah,
one thing you'll find on DraftKings especially, like people are thirsty for their quarterbacks this year. So like if you like they just like go on runs where a bunch of quarterbacks.
I wanted a QB3. Like when you get to my team, I wanted a third quarterback, but they all just went, man. Like every third quarterback I kept queuing up just like went.
There was a run there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was surprised. Like I was like, oh, I'll just go Jackson Dart or I'll just go Deontay and Joe Flacco. And they went blink, 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 blink.
Yeah, I pivoted to Aaron Rodgers since I had DK Metcalf.
Oh, yeah, that's who you have. Okay.
Although I do say if I'm going to wait on quarterbacks and only take 2, I like the 2 guys that I got.
Yeah. We'll read off your team now then. So DBro goes Genty and Achane to start. Then he goes Mike Evans, George Kittle at pick 40, Calvin Ridley, Jawan Jennings, Tony Pollard, Justin Fields, Rashad Bateman, Trey Harris, Drake May. Oh, so you had multiple Niners, but did not end up with
I was trying for Purdy, and then he went on the opposite side of the board.
Yeah, that's rough. But
I was going to go for like a mega 49ers stack. I actually wanted Pearsall, and he went ahead, and then I wanted Purdy, and then he went. So I was like, well, shit, I guess I'm pivoting.
Yeah,
well, then I got auto Justin Fields, so it kind of saved me actually.
Yeah, true. Rashad Bateman, Trey Harris, Drake May, and Kyle Williams, Romeo Dobbs, Tank Bigsby, Mason Taylor, Dante Thornton, Marshawn Lloyd, Terrence Ferguson, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, and Isaiah Davis. So that ended up being a 2-7-8-3 build. Steele's was a 3-6-8-3. So pretty, classic builds there. Yeah, looks good to me. Got your? Did you end up?
I think I made up on the wide receivers. Okay, starting with running back, and then going with Kittle at a onesie position after starting running back. I feel like I made up ground at wide receiver good enough, though. I mean,
Kittle with a couple rookies. Good combo there. Got your Isaiah Davis with Justin Fields.
I think Braylon Allen's going to RB. I think he's going to be the RB3. I'll take my shots on Isaiah Davis winning the RB2 job there.
Yeah. Drew started with 3 wide receivers: Justin Jefferson, Rashee Rice, and T. Higgins. Then he goes Joe Burrow, add on to the starts the stack there with Cincinnati. Chuba Hubbard, Chris Olave, Isaiah Pacheco, Evan Ingram, Tyrone Tracy, Javonte Williams, Tyjae Spears, Hollywood Brown, Isaiah Likely, Jack Besh, Braylon Allen, who sucks according to DBro. DBro just said Michael Wilson, Anthony Richardson, Tyler Shuck, Blake Corum, and Taysom Hill. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, Taysom making an appearance.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Braylon Allen go nuts when he got the opportunity?
He split work with Isaiah Davis.
Yeah, he didn't really like take hold of the backfield. No, I think he's a strong enough pick though.
No, he's a strong pick.
It was funny that you talked about like right after.
Yeah, I talked down on him, and I didn't know Drew had drafted him.
Yeah,
of course.
All good. I like my team.
Yeah. So,
like
what are we expecting from Taysom Hill this year? I don't know, because I thought he was like not going to play, but it sounds like he might play at least a little bit.
Yeah, and he's the type of player that if he goes off, to Justin's point earlier, at this late in a draft, you're getting like look at all the names there. You're lucky if you score 1 week at that player, and Taysom certainly has that chance. And then look, if Shuck sucks, if they're struggling, if Taysom plays a little bit towards the end in fantasy playoffs, you name it, it's a score that could count.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is that the Saints are actually like just that bad.
Yeah,
Taysom could get run towards the end of the year. I mean, he could. I mean, come on, guys. Like week 16, week 17, Taysom pops off for a 2-touchdown game. It's not hard to see.
At least it's not like somebody like Estime or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be terrible if you got auto picked Estime. It'd be horrible.
That'd be rough.
All right,
horrible.
My team, I go Jamar Chase, Trey McBride for the week 17 with Chase Brown. So we got all from one week 17 game there. And I go Xavier Worthy, George Pickens, Quinshon Judkins, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Jaden Higgins, Bashal Tootin, Luther Burden, Austin Eckler, Rashad White, Pop Douglas, Jalen Noel, DJ Giddens, Chigakonkwo, JT Sanders, Deontay Johnson, and Ty Felton at pick 240. Third rounder in a great offense at pick 240. Feels pretty good.
I wanted Pop to come back from my May stack. I hated when you picked him. I was like,
oh. I didn't even realize you were taking Drake. I was just focused on my team. Didn't know.
It's a good pick, man. Pop, I mean, especially in this format.
Do we have another one in us?
I'm good.
Yeah. I'm good.
I'm probably only going to do one. I'm just going back. I think I love that Braylon Allen pick.
All right.
Oh, you love the
I think I like it.
I like it. Good.
Just going back looking at some of his stuff.
Braylon Allen's studly. I mean, I
remember watching him week 2. He was like very explosive because I had Breece Hall on a fantasy team.
Yeah.
And I had to pick him up or something.
Remember the coach speak last year? Like we were worried that he was going to be the guy at some point. There was talk that he could take over the entire backfield and at least maybe give him another year, another off season.
I think he's only 20 or I think he's
21 now.
Yeah. He was the youngest player in the NFL last year.
Oh, wow. Yeah. He's not 30.
Could be good.
Yeah, he's definitely not 30.
He's not 30. That's for sure. All right. So we're 3 of us are going to do another one. Steele, you're
I'm going to step out.
All right. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us. This is fun.
Much love, my dude.
Just coming on. We'll do it
y'all. It's always good seeing y'all. Chat. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. It's good talking to y'all as well.
Right on. Thanks, Steele.
See y'all. I'll be watching.
My dude.
All right. Later. All right. Now I got to change the overlay here, and I don't have.
And I could go full Two-Face. That's okay.
Yeah, this is great. All
full Two-Face. Yeah, that is pretty good. So we're just going to do no overlay.
While you were doing readouts of teams, I quickly put in some Super Bowl bets, and I had about $80 in my account. I just threw it on the Cowboys.
Hey man,
$80 at 40 to 1.
Yep.
If it hits, so it's not a bad Christmas present.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Drew, are you going to be our guinea pig again?
Yeah. Are we doing DraftKings again?
Yeah, let's do another $20.
All right.
I don't, dude. I'm not drafting very much on Underdog and other places this year. I'm just not
if you can get some free money elsewhere. 8 of 12. Let's hang tight.
Hang tight.
As soon as we do enter, while we're waiting, I'm gonna move my setup to outside if that's cool. So I'll just go off video for less than a minute.
Yeah, we'll just wait until you get back to.
Do you want to do that first, Drew?
No.
Do that first?
No. I'll go.
Okay.
And I'll jump in the jacuzzi. No,
nice.
Brent says, "Thanks, guys. Made some kids' days. That's great.
I'm pretty awesome. Glad to hear it.
I'm so happy that your kids were so happy to see the 3 of us. I mean,
yeah, they're just like,
love
these bald guys.
We do it for the kids.
Yeah,
didn't have anything to do with the schmo that was on earlier. Steele, I love you. No, that's awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
11 of 12. Do not enter. Let me withdraw. No. All right.
Oh no, you're in.
It's fine. That's fine.
So should we start now?
Do you use your tech?
Yeah, start now.
Start now.
Draft.
Entered 4 of 12.
So now Drew's just gonna multi-table.
No, I'm just gonna click something random
on that team. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'll be back in less than a minute.
Okay.
All good. I see 4 of 12, unless this is wrong. Oh no, it's 9 of 12.
Yeah. Did not autofill like the last one where it just immediately everybody snapped it up. But we're 4 to 12 pretty quick.
I like the teams we come away with so far, though, Neil. I think everybody's been drafting solid teams.
I do too. Yeah, I feel like we all ended up with like teams that will be competitive in that last draft. I liked our first team.
I wish I would have gotten 3 quarterbacks, but like I said, at least I got 2 guys with rushing upside, so I was okay.
I will say the one downside to streaming DraftKings drafts, and I'm planning on doing a lot of it this year, is you can get some wild rooms on DraftKings, and like you're not going to get as much in these stream drafts. You just get like better drafters. So you're definitely giving up some EV streaming DraftKings drafts. Sadly.
Oh, of course, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. All right, we're at 11 of 12. Who's going to join us? Billy is in. Good to see it.
Let's go, Billy.
Who are your highest owned guys on DK so far? So I think DBro and I are going to differ in that I'm drafting a ton of Brock Bowers. I moved Brock Bowers up to the 1-2 turn. I'm just like that. He's a tight end who's going to be targeted 150 times. I'm in on that. But I know you are not. Who do you like?
McBride, Kittle, Ingram will be up there. I'm spraying the Putin. Yeah, I'm spraying the board as far as like with quarterbacks. Like I'm just kind of taking what the room is given to me. I love so many of the pocket pass guys to sit here and bounce back this year with better passing touchdown rates. So like last year, I was just over the moon with Jaden Daniels' exposure. I don't see a guy that's probably going to be Justin Fields at quarterback, at running back. A name we haven't talked about, Neil, and I'm kind of curious what your take is, man. Like I'm going to be drafting a crap ton of Cam Skattebo.
Oh yeah, I've drafted a good amount of Cam Scott.
Yeah,
He was actually, especially on DraftKings, he goes pretty late. Like on Underdog, he's up around pick 100.
I'm going to draft a ton of him, and I think like the ADPs on three late running backs specifically are just once we get to camp, I think they're going to bump up Jarquez Hunter, Brashard Smith, and Marshawn Lloyd. Like Lloyd should be going in that handcuffed tier, and he's not. So all those guys, then Jaden Higgins, Trey Harris. I'm taking my Drake London's going to be amongst my highest exposure guys, just where he's at. I think he's got wide receiver 1 overall upside, and I'm taking a lot of shots on those guys this year. So
Austin Eckler is a guy I'm taking a ton of, which I know you're super in on. Ja'Cory Cross.
Yeah, I love JCM. I'm not against Eckler in the PPR format, but I mean, yeah. I just want the juice to JCM. I think he's going to be really good, man.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Neil's having problems. You good, Neil?
Testing.
Yeah, I got you. Can you hear me?
I'm gonna refresh my page real quick.
Whoa.
Oh wait, say something.
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, sorry. You were talking about Ja'Cory Cross Merritt, and then my sound just completely went out. I don't know what happened.
That's weird. But you do need to refresh the DK page though.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we filled. Looks like I'm at the 5 spot. Drew is curious what Drew does with this one because he's at 102 and you are at 109. So we kind of flipped the board here.
You're at the 105. I'm 109. All right. I don't hate that.
Nah, I don't hate that. I haven't gotten a lot of teams in the middle. I've actually so far my DK exposure. I've been on one side or the other. I really haven't had a lot of drafts here in the middle. So this will be interesting.
Yeah. Billy's in the 8 hole. This is advanced sniping me.
Drew is stripping down to the nude so he can get into the hot tub and just show the top part. So take him a second.
We'll take it. Yeah, take your time, Drew.
It's okay. Lighting a cigar, I bet too.
So Billy, you are RMDA. Okay. Did not know that. We got Big Bank Hank, looks like. D. Lutomsky. Love to see it in here again. Tyler's in here again. Some of the same names.
Yep. I love it, man. Who is Hootie Hightower? Is that an old stochastic bro of yours?
Hootie Hightower. I don't. Yeah, I see a couple stochastics.
Badge, yeah.
I don't think I know either of them. If you're in chat, let me know.
Yeah, somebody drop it in chat.
Because I don't know everybody's screen names either. Jamar Chase with what is Drew gonna do? Does he even know he's on the clock right now?
Oh God, it'd be so great if he said, "Oh shit, I thought he was gonna get auto picked." Guess not.
Funny.
I gotta talk to Drew, so I guess he's making bets that Justin Jefferson could just be the wide receiver 1 overall this year. I'm totally down with that.
Yeah, I mean, he will be.
I don't disagree with you, man. I want a lot of Jefferson this year. I think, dude, like he can't run any poorer than he did with Sammy freaking Darnold next year. If JJ is the guy we think he's going to be, Neil, then I think, that definitely can happen, man.
That's the part of the analysis that like nobody even talks about. It's like, oh, well, they're going to be set up for success. They're going to be in a dome. They're going to have this, KOC, great offense, great. Oh, Jason's here. Big Bang Hank. Love to see it. Nobody ever talks about like, what if JJ McCarthy is actually just good? Like he's like clearly in the ideal setup.
He's going to be good. I'll say that with my chest. I think he is going to be good. I think people were wrong about him as a prospect. I think it was a lot of bad faith players, and they basically been just trying to confirm their bias ever since, man.
Yeah, no, I'm a believer.
I will stand on my quarterback process with that. I will. 10 toes down. I think JJ is going to be really damn good.
Love that. And I hope you're right. Counting on it.
What's up, Sexy? You back? You good?
I'm back. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, you're good, man.
Like I said, I got to figure out my setup over here. So
give me your Justin Jefferson take, because do you think he could be wide receiver 1 overall this year? I mean, is that 2 drafts in a row you took him?
Yeah, well, because I had to. I was at the 2.
I know, but I mean, like, you're taking your shots basically on that spot. I mean, you could make a case for Lamb or Puka there, but you've gone JJ, so I think it's telling.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I'm trying to think of my look. He's ahead of Saquon for sure. Mm-hmm. Who I would take at the 3 is probably Saquon, and then it's Lamb, and then it's Bijan. I think that's my top 5, and then Puka maybe 5 instead of Bijan, something like that. You have a strong take?
I'll give you my top 5. So it's Chase for me, Bijan, Jefferson's number 3 for me, Lamb is 4, and dude, I flip flop. So maybe this will be a hot take. I flip flop back and forth between Puka and Brian Thomas Jr. as my wide receiver.
Really?
Yeah, that man. I mean, dude, he on the back half of the season when freaking Mac Jones, he was the wide receiver 2 in fantasy points per game.
Yep.
Like, what's to stop him from getting like a 32% target share, or 33% target share? Who? Yep. If Travis Hunter really does play more defense, who's stopping him from getting like 11 to 14 targets every damn week? Nobody.
He looked so good last year.
He was, man. So I think that something gets lost in the sauce when people talk about his rookie season, because there's just like everybody trying to dunk on people that weren't high enough on him and all kinds of crap.
Yep.
He improved as a player so much during the season, and I don't think it gets talked about enough, man.
No, that's a good point. He looked amazing. H-Chan at the 11.
He's moving up.
All right, so here is a hot take I will give. I think the guy that I'm about to take right now does have top 3, top 5 upside. I keep bumping Rashee Rice up and up my ranks.
It's tough because I've been drafting long enough that I took a ton of Rashee Rice at the 3-4 turn. So it was like I was super in on him, and then he moved up so rapidly.
Like you're chasing him up the board, Neil.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I struggle sometimes.
I don't think it's wrong where he goes right now, though.
Yeah.
Like, again, I wouldn't take him ahead of like AJ Brown, but like I think there's a really good case to be had that he should go above McConkey, or at least like back to back here.
What do you think of this from Robert Griffin the Turd? Says Thomas, Diami, and Strange are so grossly mispriced if Hunter is more DB focused. I mean, Thomas, I think is still priced approximately where he should be, but the other two might be a little value.
I think Brian Thomas Jr. is too cheap.
Yeah, I guess your analysis is that he's still. Yeah,
I
got him at the 16 year.
He's too cheap.
It feels pretty good.
I think he's too cheap. Now, I agree with the price points for the other guys. I think Diami is a perfect best ball guy. I think he's going to definitely have his weeks. I don't think Strange is anything special.
He was a round 2 pick, right? Strange,
yeah. But I mean, like it's just because they drafted him off athleticism. I wasn't that big. Like he's very much like they could use him in that Evan Ingram like run crossers and run away from guys, but like he doesn't have the hip fluidity. I don't think he's like a special route runner. Like not a guy you're gonna. Basically it's beat zone coverage, run away from guys, use your athleticism. I think that's the extent of like Brenton Strange. So,
all right, fair. I was pretty in on him early because he was good last year when Ingram was out. Like he did kind of take over that Ingram role, and they like targeted him a good amount. And it was like, so it's that, and then he's a round 2 pick, so there's like things to like there. But then I've been a little bit scared off by the Hunter edition. It's like, okay, he's no longer like up that depth chart.
I think McBride going in the 3rd round is wrong. I think he should be a 2nd round pick.
Yeah, agreed.
I think there's a world we live in after this year where McBride scores touchdowns and he's the runaway tight end 1. Like not even close tight end 1.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's tight end 1.
Dude, if you just look at like if he actually scored touchdowns last year, he had his expected fantasy points per game was 19.2. Like that's just that is above Kelsey. That's like first round pick, like league difference making kind of player.
Well, look, that's why we were drafting Kelsey the last couple of years, right? Because he was head and shoulders above every other tight end. And
that's how I feel about McBride.
That was McBride this year.
Yep. That's exactly how I feel about McBride. I think he's the guy that could that it will be one of those, like what does Barrett call it, a power law player? Like you needed to win all the shit. Like I think McBride's that guy this year.
So you think that you like him straight up better than Bowers?
He is my tight end 1 in my rankings. Yep, I do. Yep. I like Bowers, man. I feel like it sounds like I'm crapping on Bowers, dude, but I do think I do think so. I think what gets lost about the Raiders last year is down the back half. He was the only guy they got their teeth kicked in on a weekly basis. They were not competitive. They passed an ever-loving shit ton last year. I think they added, like, I'm not saying like Dante Thornton and players like that are going to be high-end target earners. I'm not saying that. But I do think Genty is going to get a crap ton of targets. I don't think people are baking that in on their projection for Genty. I think he is going to be a focal point in that passing game, just like Bowers. I do think the Raiders could be I think they're going to be a better team than people give them credit. And I like Bowers, man. I don't like Bowers more than McBride, and the ADP difference between those two and Kittle is too much.
All right, that's fair.
I think straight up, I will take McBride, and if you're going to give me a discount on McBride versus Bowers, then I can't draft. Then I don't like Bowers. Then.
Yeah, so I prefer Bowers like in a vacuum, but I will say like the ADP is shifting to an extent where it's like, well, I'd just rather take McBride in the 3rd round. If I can get him in the 3rd round, then it's so I do have Bowers ahead of McBride, but also I hear you. That makes sense. Like,
well, I mean, where Kittle goes, man, like, do people realize that Kittle was the tight end 1 in fantasy points per game, but he's being drafted as the tight end 3. And if you look at the situation around him, like we're making conversation like for Jennings and Pierce, like Ayuk, we do not know what we get, and I'm on the clock right now. Holy crap. Let me see what I'm going to do here.
Drew, why don't you distract him longer?
He tried.
Wait, did we lose? We lost Drew.
Did we lose Drew?
Drew's totally frozen, yeah.
Oh,
now I hear you again. Oh, we heard you for a second, and then you left. There you are. There you are.
I'm going to move back. I'm hoping I could hang outside, but I think it's too rough.
Yeah, I don't know if your internet's going to allow you to do that.
Yeah.
Same issue as the old
set it up better.
I think before I got on the clock, I don't even remember what I was saying. No, so Kittle. The thing with Kittle, man, it's like people have questions about Pearsall, and if they didn't, they would be drafting Pearsall higher. Everybody wants to talk about how they believe in Juwan Jennings, but he's a 27-year-old fourth-year breakout. Do we think that really is going to happen, like reproduce itself in 2025? And then Brandon Ayuk is hurt, and we don't even know what we get out of him. But George Kittle, there's no way in hell that he reproduces as the tight end 1. There's too much of an ADP gap in between those two guys and Kittle. And he was the damn tight end 1 last year. Like it's all these parts or pieces, man.
I think it's just the assumption that the young guys are going to ascend, and Kittle's like getting a little older. I mean, he's not old, but like he's been around for a while.
Yeah, but his efficiency hasn't fallen off at all. Yeah. Like at all.
True. Yeah.
And he could, I mean, dude, he could walk away with like he could lead the team in hold up, let me see. I talked him up. I'm taking Pickens here.
It's a nice pick.
I think Pickens is going too late. I have him as a top 24 wide receiver. I don't.
Top 24? Oh, wide receiver. Okay.
Yeah, top 24 wide receiver.
But yeah, still, I agree. It's going too late. I'm a big Pickens fan.
Dallas is going to be close to the top of the league in passing attempts this year, and it's legit just him and CeeDee and Jake Ferguson. Like Pickens is going to see a career high in targets. He's in a contract year, unless I'm like talking out my ass here, but he's in a contract year too. Like he's getting the best quarterback play he's ever gotten of his entire freaking career.
Yep.
Pickens, I have him at wide receiver 18, and the more I talk about him, the more I think about it, like I feel like I need to move him up even higher.
Pickens is one of those guys who's just going to keep running up the draft boards the entire offseason.
Yep. He's like right now, I agree with you. Like that's why I want to get more exposure to him right now, because I think he's going to, people are going to come around to it. They're sleeping right now, but they're going to come around to it.
James, liking your draft so far? DBro?
Yeah.
Love it. I mean, I like the team.
You got Lamb, Rashee Rice, Trey McBride, Ted McMillan, George. It is a pretty strong start. I like all those picks. So
yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that I'll add, I was listening to everything you guys were saying around tight ends and whatnot. The one thing I'll add is, look, over the last 2 seasons, we saw Kelsey going first round. Trey McBride was at times going around the turn. Mark Andrews was going probably arguably too high. But the reason why these guys were going so high was because of the point differential of everyone else.
Yep.
And that point differential of everyone else in the category at the position is still there. And so, Trey McBride and Bowers, I think, are head and shoulders over everyone else. And I would include Kittle in that. You could make an argument that Kittle's within that group, or like a 1B kind of scenario where 1A is truly McBride and Bowers. And for me, that point differential will pay dividends. And I think that's another group that'll continue to rise a little bit over the offseason.
Yeah, I just that's my thing with it. Like I think these guys, one of them could step up and be the guy like you had to have, like can distance himself. Like any one of those guys has that kind of like has that type of upside.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're getting the type of discount that you get, even on McBride versus Bowers, and then especially Kittle versus the two of them, it's just too much, dude. Like considering the price points. And this might be one of the only teams I take Patrick Mahomes this year. I'm really not in on him, but with already having Rice, Neil took both the running backs that I was looking at right there. You son of a bitch.
Yes,
you did. And so I kicked the can down the road a little bit more on running back.
Yeah, fair.
Let me see who Eagles fans takes right here before I make my next comment, just in case. All right. I actually did want to comment on Montgomery, but let me throw in my Pacheco pick because I'm a sucker. Okay, Montgomery.
If you didn't take Pacheco, I was going to take him.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I like it.
I don't have much of him. Go ahead, sorry, Drew.
No, please. Look, the flip side of what we said earlier, if Montgomery ends up being the guy, if Gibbs ends up getting hurt, Montgomery could be a league winner, right?
It's fair.
Like we were saying that Gibbs needs Montgomery to get hurt to pay off that price tag. Montgomery is a league winner if Gibbs gets hurt. And he has standalone value at this price tag by himself, right?
Yep. And before he got hurt, he was the RB11 in fantasy points per game.
Yeah. So if you could draft him as an RB3 on your team, and you have league winning upside, and his cost is right already without the league winning upside, I don't know. Give me Montgomery over DeAndre Swift.
He's also really good as far as like yards per route run for a running back, isn't he? He's like one of the leaders.
Yep.
Which kind of surprised me because I think of it as being like, oh, he's the runner and Gibbs is the pass catching back, and it's like, no, he's actually super efficient also.
So on top of all that, I agree with everything you laid out, Drew. The other thing I'll add on top of here too is, and this I'm just tossing shade here, but DeAndre Swift, I don't think people are talking about enough because all the Ben Johnson steam right now. He is, if you take the name of it out of it, take the name of it out of it and take all the Ben Johnson stuff and all that kind of shit out of the equation. Look at what DeAndre Swift, the archetype of player that he is right now, look at why people want to draft him and tell me, and his efficiency, which has dropped off the freaking map. He has been like terrible on a per touch basis over the last few years. Tell me how he doesn't fit the exact archetype of a classic dead zone back. People are drafting him just because of projected volume. Yep. He is absolutely a dead zone back, and nobody talks about it.
Yeah, I think it is, like you said, it's the Ben Johnson effect. It's just like the, and they haven't added anybody. I mean, they had a Kyle Monungai. We got a comment from one of the moderators here. Justin Steele says Trey McBride and Brock Bowers are the next Kelsey Andrews for the next 5 years.
Oh, let's go. Love it, Steele. I love that.
I assume this question is for DBro. So I don't know if you had an answer. Who would you prefer in a 2-quarterback PPR league? Purdy, Fields, Baker, Dak, and Nix. I would assume it's a keeper league.
Yeah, I'm big in on Fields this year. I would definitely be taking him. I think he's got crazy upside. And then dude, it's just it's a similar bucket. Like, I'm probably tossing Baker back into the well, but like Purdy, Dak, Nix, I have all of them like really close in rankings. Out of all of them, I do have Nix the highest just because of the rushing upside. But you tell me Purdy or Dak outscores them, I won't be surprised. But again, that's like, I'm making so many best ball teams right now, like where it's like I'm just getting 2 to 3 of those pocket passing guys. There's so many guys that are just going too late from pocket passing standpoint that are absolute and total regression candidates for passing touchdowns this year. Like,
I assume he's talking about like a keeper league though, right?
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, for me, it's Fields, and then pick your favorite flavor of the other guys.
Yeah, probably Nix, maybe Purdy.
Yeah, Nix. Yeah. I think Nix.
Take the age with Nix, I think.
Yeah. Nix impressed me last year. I do want to go back to Justin's comment in the sense of the moderator. Speaking from experience, you do not pay your moderators enough.
I do not. No. I don't even ask them. I don't even ask them, do you want to be a moderator? I just like make them a moderator.
I'm waiting for my royalty check. I have not gotten one.
Yeah, if you could up that would be great.
Listen, if this channel ever starts making some money, then I'll have to pay you guys.
Look, but I just bought a house. I am struggling these days, so as much as you could send my way, that would be great.
You need to start.
Will you take on some of my debt? Is the other question, because this channel is not really making any money these days.
All right. Well,
I mean, you have seen Drew's backyard. It's not going to sod itself, there, Neil.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Drew's enormous backyard. I don't feel that bad for him. I'm not like, oh, this guy, he's hurting for cash when I see Drew's house and backyard.
Do you know how much sod is?
That's fair.
No, I don't, because I don't have an enormous backyard that I need to sod.
There was like a square like this big. And he's like, oh yeah, that's $3,000. Like, what?
Jeez, man.
For grass.
For grass, bro.
Yeah.
For grass.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, where am I at here?
By the way, Steele, if you're still watching, I did the Terry McLaurin, Jade Daniels. That's for you.
Let's go,
Got you guys.
I will say I am a little bit concerned about JD5 this year. I did not like Washington's offseason. I really didn't. Bringing in Debo, I felt like just a lot of questions. It felt like they were looking at this roster like it was close to being a finished product, and it really isn't. There's so many revolving doors, guys on 1-year deals, a lot of veteran stuff. Like, I thought the way they navigated this offseason was really weird, to be honest. Like, I look at their team and being in a different spot than I think they look at their team being in versus where they see it.
Like, does that hurt him? Does it hurt Jaden Daniels that they didn't like add to the team? Because like, if they didn't add to the defense, he's throwing more. I mean, I guess they didn't. The only weapon they added is Deebo Samuel.
So I think one of the two things happens. I think Daniels, and I'm not saying that he has a bad season, but I think he underperformed. Like, I think either one of two things happens. Either Daniels underperforms versus where people are drafting him, like saying like, oh, he's the QB6 or QB7 versus the QB3 or QB1 overall, or one of Ben Sinnott or LMC step up and become like one of the best values in the drafts. Yeah. I think one of those two things is kind of how you have to play it for me.
If you had a bet, would it be LMC?
If I have to bet, I think it's LMC, yeah. Because I just think if Ertz stays healthy, his route share is going to get capped.
DBro, Egbuka over Higgins?
No, Higgins over Egbuka.
Okay, I wanted you to say Egbuka I think goes a little earlier, and I'm always torn between this group and Trey Harris to add to that group also. But I feel like I'm like, because of the situation, slightly more excited for Jaden Higgins, which might be crazy. But you're with me, so I feel okay about the choice.
I mean, dude, I think we see a slow start for Chris Godwin, but then still, like, targets are going to get spread around there. But that's why I'm so much into Mike Evans. But, like, I think Higgins is going to be really damn good, man. Like, I think he's going to be the number 2 there from the word go.
What are your thoughts on Egbuka? I feel like you were at one point pretty high.
I like Egbuka, but I hated the damn landing spot. He's this year's JSN, Rome Odunze. Like,
yeah,
it's just like, unless Godwin, like, the only way that I'm packing Egbuka bags is if we get like stuff that where Godwin is really limited.
Yeah.
Which honestly, like, I mean, I talked about all the tightrope procedure stuff. Maybe I should start hedging and getting some Egbuka but to be drafting Egbuka or getting like heavy exposure to him, I've got to feel some kind of way about Godwin not paying off or him like falling off. And to me, it just, where his price point is, the way that I feel about all of that, all roads for me right now lead back to Bucky Irving and Mike Evans if I'm going to draft Bucks.
Okay.
Yeah. I think a simplified version of your Higgins take is, I think you could argue that those two offenses have similar seasons from a passing volume perspective. And then you're getting the wide receiver 2/3 in that offense with Higgins versus wide receiver 3-4.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's good. Good way to lay it out.
Yep. I agree with all that.
Well, he's not going to make it back to me, so I'll just say I last second tried to take Trey Harris instead of Travis Etienne with his pick, but I failed, which is fine. Travis Etienne at 112 seems okay.
I remember my first draft.
All right, pal. Should we take a look at your team? Okay, let's see.
My team is great.
All right, Justin Jefferson, can't really argue with that. T. Higgins, Chase Brown, Joe Burrow. Where do you get your ideas?
I love how Neil tacks on tough guy at the end of that. Like, I was like, your team tough guy. See what you got cooking.
T. Higgins, Chase Brown, Joe Burrow. Where do you get your ideas, Drew? That's just incredible. Martin Hampton at 50 is okay. Chris Olave, yeah, love. Tyler Shuck throwing the ball. Good luck with that, buddy. Isaiah Pacheco at 74. Bit of a reach there. Evan Ingram.
Roasted.
Feels okay.
Just burying him, man.
Well, suck it. I just took Trey Harris.
Wow.
All right.
That's funny.
Okay, can we talk Olave for a second?
Yeah.
I understand that the offense is terrible. I understand that the quarterback play is terrible. But that is a very, very good talent at a very cheap price tag. And we have seen, let's take Neighbors last year. We have seen awful quarterback play and awful offenses still lead towards pretty good receiver play. And if we get, half, okay, not half, but if we get, similar emphasis on Olave as we saw with Neighbors last year with terrible quarterback play, could be a value.
I'm in. I just think from a volume perspective, plus Olave is really damn good at football, dude. Like we've never seen him put together. Like Derek Carr is a very limited quarterback. I don't think that that's shocking anybody. But if you look at Derek Carr, just like the way he operated in New Orleans, it was legit. It was hilarious, dude. I've never seen a quarterback go through, and I'm on the clock. I've never seen a quarterback put up where he is literally top 10 in both deep ball rate and check down rate. He was literally either like, I'm dumping it down or fuck it, we're going down the field. Like, you don't see that happen, dude. And so, like, I think for the volume, like, yeah, I bumped up Olave, and I wrote him up the other day. I'm like slowly building in, writing up player notes right now. And as I'm going through these guys, I'm like, oh shit, like I'm I need to bump him up. I'm higher on this guy, or I'm lower. And like, the flip side of that coin is when I wrote up Olave, I bumped him up in ranks. When I wrote up DK Metcalf, I dropped his ass in ranks.
Yeah. Rabona, I doubt we're doing another draft. If you guys really, if you guys,
I think I'm done after this one.
But we do another soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll do,
Flannel Pack is here today. It's or here. We're back. So
yeah,
best ball season.
Yeah. No, we're just gonna keep rolling.
Yep.
Yeah, but not tonight. Tonight, probably this final one.
Yeah. Look, to double down on the Saints, I got a very bold take. I think Rashid Shaheed is, and this is painful to say, difficult to say. I think he's one of the best wide receiver 2s in the league.
I mean, that's hot.
He is. Dude, those plays that he was making before he got hurt. I wish he had a quarterback, because he would be one of my top picks this year.
Yeah. I mean, you can make some pretty interesting arguments for him analytically. No doubt.
He was really good last year. And it was the first time they started using him.
Yes, as they should. Yes.
Yeah. They started using him as a full-time receiver, and he was paying off and then got hurt. So it was kind of a bummer. So yeah.
And it wasn't just the deep ball either.
Yeah.
No, he definitely added. He became a much better route runner as the year went on. It wasn't just the deep ball stuff. And I'm sitting here sighing, because as I'm looking at all this stuff and figuring out, I realized I drafted 2 quarterbacks in the top 10 rounds that both have bye week 10. So dumbass me.
Ooh, brutal.
Good job.
The take that Rashid Shaheed is Xavier Worthy.
I think he's better.
Better than Xavier Worthy. That is a take.
I think he's better.
Yeah. All right.
I agree. I think he's better.
Rashid Shaheed, his talent.
I do think he's better, and that's I think it's telling on Worthy, to be honest. I mean, my takeaways, I have Worthy buried in my ranks.
Oh, really? I like Worthy this year. I'm buying into the Ben Gretchen. I had this conversation. I thought he made a good point that it's like he has the gimmicky stuff where they manufacture touches. They already manufacture the touches. He had so many of those long plays last year that just barely didn't hit. If he just hits on those plays, he's got kind of the floor ceiling combo that I kind of like.
But the part that Gretch is missing there is Mahomes has been a shit-tastic deep ball thrower over the last 2 years. He's legitimately been one of the worst quarterbacks throwing deep in the league by numbers. KC fans won't want to hear it. Anybody that talks about the name, and I know I drafted Patrick Mahomes, but I did caveat that with this is one of the only teams I will draft Patrick Mahomes.
So I'll double down on it. Straight up, give me Hollywood Brown over Worthy.
I mean, that's insane. Come on, what are we talking about here? You guys are just hot take artists.
I mean, I'm not going that far, but I will say that I'm not in on Xavier Worthy this year. I think it's Rashee Rice or bust.
I think he's one of the more interesting conversation pieces, because I think that's a reasonable take to have, and I think it's also reasonable to be I like the floor ceiling combo. I don't think that Drew's take is reasonable though. The Hollywood Brown. Come on now. What are we talking
about? Dang it. I was going to take Likely. Look, I'm a coach speak sucker, if you will, because there's so little to go off of a lot of the time, especially in the off season. And I go back into last season, preseason of last year, the Hollywood Brown reports were through the roof. They were talking about Hollywood Brown being wide receiver 1. They were talking about the connection between him and Mahomes being just out of this world. And then Hollywood Brown comes back, and he only has a couple weeks, and he looks awful. And at that point of the season, rightfully so. But even Mahomes at that point in the year was talking up Hollywood Brown. It's so good to have him back. It's going to be amazing to have him back. He's a security blanket, whatever terminology he utilized. And now you give him an off season. I'm excited about Hollywood Brown.
They did manufacture a ton of touches to Hollywood too. His first game back was
Yes.
half of his plays, it felt like.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. And he looked awful, and that's my only concern. His physicality at that point was pretty bad. To DBro's point, there were like a couple plays that just barely missed. You know, I think there's a lot of juice there, if you will.
All right, so since we're going down this KC wide receiver hole, this rabbit hole right now, I think my disdain for Hollywood Brown will lead me to draft a lot of Jalen Royals final round this year.
Really?
We're talking 4 receivers here.
Well, here's my thing. I don't think Hollywood can stay healthy for an entire year.
Okay.
I just don't. At this point of his career, I just don't think that he has it in him. And I think the guy that fine, Juju is still in that roster. I don't care about that. Like, Jalen Royals is as a prospect I really liked. He's really freaking good.
That's pretty interesting. He's like a 20th round pick too.
Yeah.
You're not in a second draft right now, are you?
Nope.
Rabona, you probably are drafting with
this comment because I just realized I should check that draft.
Yeah.
Drew is, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm in round 18 and I've auto drafted every single pick. I have 3 quarterbacks.
You're gonna have to read off this team after we get done with this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Lamar
fun.
Jackson, Kyler Murray, and JJ McCarthy.
Love that. JJ McCarthy all day.
Did you just say Lamar Jackson, Kyler?
Yes.
Shit, this team's off the rails already.
The quarterbacks are great. Loving the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have anybody else because he drafted all the quarterbacks.
Let me queue up a couple players just so I don't get the disqualification.
Yeah, just so you don't get out of like positional limits and shit. So
Rabona, what you missed here is that Drew is our guinea pig. So he tests the rooms to see if we have enough spots left in a room for the rest of us to enter a draft at the same time. And he happened to get into one as like the last guy in. So sadly, he is in 2 drafts right now.
He got.
That's all right. I'm happy to do it. I'll take the hit. Don't say I never did anything for you guys.
That's true.
I would never say that, but Neil would.
Yeah. I might say it.
He has.
It's a
I
lock.
have said.
He has already said that before. It's a lock. Yeah.
No, I'll always acknowledge that he introduced me to Justin Steele. So he has that one thing going for him.
There we go. The one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, everybody's got the one thing. I guess it's not a bad thing to have, Drew, if you're going to hang your hat on something.
You're actually the only person who's ever introduced me to a professional athlete.
Look, I'll still remember the night that Neil and I first really bonded. I know Neil will remember that night forever.
I will also, yes.
It was a fun night. Even though it was a little rough, it was a fun night.
A little rough in that you could have won like $250,000 more than you did if things had not gone how they did.
Yes. Yeah. If you hadn't won $1 million. So I think you still owe me like $250.
I enjoyed it. The winning the milli perspective. That was fun for me.
I think you owe me $250 of that milli.
I don't know. I've seen your house. I feel like you're doing just fine. I think you're,
I need the sod, bro.
That is true.
That would have paid for a lot of sod. I'm just gonna throw that in there. I mean, just I'm peanut gallery in this shit, but it would have paid for a lot of sod. Just saying.
I'll just double down on this right here. Moving sucks.
Oh yeah. I mean, I assume you hired movers.
No.
Drew, what the fuck are you doing?
Drew, yeah, exactly. What the fuck are you doing?
If you're 30 plus, you hire
buy
movers.
that house. You're talking about sod. You didn't pay movers.
I'm a do-it-yourself kind of guy.
Is this the part where you went cheap ass? Like,
yeah.
Is that the part where you went cheap ass
on the manual labor? I will also add that we had 5 months to move in. So my take
that makes it a little bit easier. Yeah.
My take was over 5 months.
Yeah.
I can go, every weekend, bring in a carload. But it was brutal. It's just never ending, and I still got things to do.
Dude, I hate moving. I hate moving.
Me too.
King in the chat. Mostert. No. It's all empty, baby.
I was off on Mostert last year.
He's cooked.
Yeah, I can't do it.
He's cooked. If you want to take any kind of like last round dart, I'd take one on Cecil McCormick over Mostert.
Yeah, I would agree.
Drew, are you maxing all the apps or just DraftKings?
I will max DraftKings for sure, and then I will max anywhere else that there are deals, which it probably won't be Underdog, but Drafters I'll give a little shout out to.
Drafters got some good action, dude. Yeah.
Every year they end up suckering me into 150 based off of like last minute kind of deals, and so I'll auto draft a ton. And
they get us all, baby.
Yeah, I break out a little even or a little on top or something, but it's good. I just what's your preference? I don't like the drafters style of total points. 17 weeks total points wins it all.
Yeah, but I would love it if I was ever competitive in it.
Yeah, but it's just not as exciting. Like
I have a top 5 finish. I will say that. I'm going to throw that out.
Really? On drafters? That's fun.
Yep. Unfortunately, it was when the prize pool was much lower than it is now. I had the most. You'll remember. Well, maybe y'all won't. I will remember this play this week, like into perpetuity. It is when the Steelers and the Browns played, and it was week 17, and Greg Newsome like just olayed Najee Harris to go into the end zone for a score. I lost. I lost $20K on that fucking play, and I will never, ever, ever. I will never forgive Greg Newsome for that, because he was just like, fuck it, I'm not going to tackle him. That is one of the few times, and I've tilted hard on like bad beats and shit like that. I legit was like shaking mad. I was so fucking mad, and I threw my
$20,000. That's a lot of money to lose on someone. I would assume that's the same play.
One play. That was the same play somebody else won $1 million on.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was. Felix Casper won $1 million on that same play.
Right. Yep, he did well, and I saw my money go up in smoke. It was not fun, but it is what it is, man. Like, but again, like I think I dropped from 1st to 4th. I ended up finishing 4th in the DraftKings millie the Drafters millie that year.
All right, that's not bad.
Not bad, but could have been $20K heavier. It'd have been much happier.
$20K, and you could have it in your bio. Won the Drafters
that I won. Yeah, I know. Yeah, can't tout. Nobody remembers second place much as 4th.
Yeah.
So.
How's Kareem Hunt going here?
Kareem Hunt is like, I never want to take Kareem Hunt. Like, I just like he'll come up on like the suggested picks, and I'm just like, no, I don't think I can do that.
What's Kareem Hunt's age? Let's hear it.
32 is my guess.
Old as shit. I don't know what it is. I'll say probably 32.
I very much wish that Justin was still here.
Oh no.
He is younger than Justin.
Oh, and is 29? 28?
By like a month. Just by a month.
Oh, before you hopped on, like we were telling Justin his fade looked good. He cleaned up his face.
He looked good. He looked
he's baby faced,
young
man.
Lad.
He's all baby faced. Yeah.
Oh,
he's a cute young guy.
Look, he's had many looks over the couple years that we've known him. He's done the big beard. He's done the long hair.
He's hair. Yeah, Rico Suave. Like he's had a lot of different vibes, no doubt.
Look, and I'll give him credit. He's got more hair looks than the three of us can
no shit.
I got one thing I can do.
I got one go-to, or I look like I'm trying to signal aliens with the crop circles on my fucking head.
Yeah.
So.
Bald and beard, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
This is why you don't take Kareem Hunt, because you want Jerick McKinnon.
Jerick McKinnon.
Rashard Smith. He's the new Jerick McKinnon for KC.
Yeah.
He's gonna have the Jerick McKinnon role. I'm just telling
you.
But
you like Pacheco as well, or no?
No. Oh, I was gonna take Pacheco just because I had Mahomes and stuff. I'm not against Pacheco. Like, I see the touchdown upside. I do. Yep. I think Rashard Smith is going to eat into his ceiling, though. I think Rashard Smith's going to be, again, like I said, I think Rashard Smith's new Jerick McKinnon.
Interesting.
Drew, I see you. DBro, I see you took Jordan Mason at pick 92. Now, that's one that I'm a big Jordan Mason guy this year. I'm super in on him.
Yep.
That's one that I know. Like JJ Zacharyson, not like he's 115th in his ranks or so. So I'm really happy to see that you are in on Jordan Mason. Is he Where do you rank him relative? Are you also on Aaron Jones, or are you?
I'm lower on Aaron Jones. Okay. I think Mason's going to cuck him at the goal line. I think Aaron Jones, it's a hedge, just career high in usage. He stayed healthy. Like everything went perfect for him. I think Mason's going to one, eat into his workload. And I think Jones, like I just have a hard time seeing him like stay healthy for the entire year. So I think Mason's just got so many outs, man.
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to switch my pick to a tight end at the last second, because I realized I only have one, and then I could not make it happen.
I only got one too. Who'd you get? Oh, you got Giddens.
Yeah,
I like Giddens, man. He shouldn't have gone as late. He's another running back that shouldn't have gone as late as he is. He's super freaking talented, man.
Yeah,
I love to give it Giddens as a prospect, man.
You know, I would be happy with the pick, except now I can't go with 3 tight ends. All right, so who do I have?
I need to get probably like 2 tight ends and a wide receiver.
Oh wait, this is 20-round draft. Never mind, I still can. I'm not used to these 20-round drafts. I still can get. I only have Brenton Strange, so it would be bad if I only had 2 tight ends.
I was fixing to say, damn, you punted tight end. You went Strange. Well, you went T-Law and stuff. I get it.
Yeah,
20 rounds is fun.
Take Schultz, Neil.
I went with JT Sanders. Could have taken Schultz. You think I should have?
I know. I mean, I just saw you. I saw you had Stroud. That's why I was asking.
Oh, would have made sense with Stroud, I suppose.
Yeah. No, man. Like I think like if I'm going tight ends late, like I like Terrence Ferguson. Tyler Higbee is going. Tyler Higbee's like free, man. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know why is he that late? Like it's a consolidated passing attack. Like
because of Terrence Ferguson, people are just more excited about the rookie.
But Ferguson's going to be like a part-time player. Like they're not going to let him run over Higbee this year as much as they love him. Like Higbee's going to have his like 80 to 85% route per drop back, and Ferg's going to get put in the tank. He's more likely to be Ben Senneted this year.
Yeah. Hawks Back says news today. So yeah, Brashard Smith, I think already has because he's returning kicks.
He'll have
right?
a standalone role.
Going to make the team, and then but then Rabona King says, can we have a real conversation about Darren Waller? How do we feel about Darren Waller?
He's a fine tight end 2, tight end 3, picking best ball. Like I've got him ranked as a tight end 2 in fantasy. Like I have no problems against him.
That's kind of where I am too. Drew, you son of a bitch. You know I want Dalton Schultz to come back. You know I regret not taking him.
You passed him by. You took freaking.
I know, but it was a mistake. You could see the regret.
You made your own bed. You made your bed, lying and Neil.
Look, I got sniped right before. I wanted Blake Corum. I think he's going too late. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a sucker for coach speak. What we saw last year, I'm not forgetting about it. You know, that offseason coach speak was really strong. Give him another year. It's promising.
Who's that?
What about Jarquez Hunter though?
Yeah, Corum.
I love Quez. I love Quez Hunter. I think Corum is
really. You think they're done?
I don't think so here's the thing. I wasn't in on Corum as a prospect. I didn't like him as a prospect. There was a lot of red flags. If you look at his film and stuff, like he lost a lot of juice during his time in Michigan, man. I wasn't in on him.
All right.
I mean, that's just difference of opinion.
Every damn week they talked about, we're gonna alternate drives. We're gonna give one to Kyron, then one,
right.
And then they would give like one attempt for Corum, and then they bring Kyron in because they didn't trust him. They just did not like. They didn't see him Corum last year.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's like the rookie mentality, right? We can't trust him. Yeah. But if they believe in his talent, and you give him 2 off seasons, maybe they trust him. Maybe he's there.
I just don't think he's that good, man. I think he was. Yeah. I think he fit the scheme that they run. Like he's a direct. Like if you look at just like the archetype of player that he is, he's Kyron Williams. He's put him in man gap, like put him in gap runs, put him in inside zone, downhill. Don't ask him to get to the edge. Don't ask him to break a lot of tackles. We know that nobody's going to catch a lot of passes out of the backfield in that offense, so it's not something he's going to have to do. Yeah. I looked at he was like the 1-for-1 replacement, like as far as stylistic with Kyron, and I just don't. I thought he had a lot of holes as a prospect, and a lot of people just kind of gloss those over. Like, legitimately, and I rattled this off the entire time, like, so I can quote this actually accurately, but his tackle breaking metrics dropped in every single year at Michigan. His yards after contact per attempt dropped every year. And I wasn't in on him. I think drafting Quez this year was a very big signal.
See, this is why you help me every single year, because my college scouting is little to none.
I love prospects, man.
I don't think there's anyone who does it better than you. And so this is the reason why I soak up what you put out there in the offseason, because you're setting ourselves up. If there's an offense that has an RB2 hole available that can put up gangbusters like the Rams, if Kyren gets hurt, that opportunity is another league winner, right? And if your analysis is that it's not Corum, then that's something to notate, and that's something to dive into.
You want a hot take here?
Go for it.
We always want a hot take.
Everybody says that Bashal Tootin is this year's Bucky Irving when it's really Jarquez Hunter.
There you go.
That's a pretty hot take. I've drafted a ton of Jarquez Hunter, so I love to hear it.
Inefficient volume running back. We have a head coach that has told us time and time again. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when we all thought it was Cam Akers that was going to get work, and then it was then it was Hendo, and then it was Kyren.
Yep.
So, like, we do have a history of them going with other running backs.
Yeah.
Jarquez Hunter is stylistically different than every other running back on that roster.
Yeah.
He has the ability to break off big plays, and
so
those two dudes don't.
I was going to ask you that, because what was so great about Bucky is that he didn't need the injury to get there, right? He didn't get the injury. So that's what I was gonna follow up with that. With, do you think he needs the injury or not?
I don't. He probably needs the injury only because of how McVay likes to run his backfields. And I'm just going to go ahead and draft a guy that I was talking the table for anyway, since I already have Mahomes. But I think he needs the injury because of how McVay likes to run his backfields. But if McVay wants to actually split the work up, he doesn't need the injury. We would need to see McVay move away from how he's utilized running backs and go with a running back on RBBC. Yeah. But if you're looking at archetype and skill set and the differences in all of these guys, you could see an RBBC there. Like, you legitimately could, because Jarquez Hunter offers something that Kyren and Blake Corum do not.
Yep. I like it.
Yeah. Into it. All right. Final pick of the draft for Eagles fan X. Did he take any Eagles? Now's your chance to take an Eagle. Johnny Wilson. Come on.
John Dotson. It's the year.
Oh, God.
It's not. Except it's not.
I made a bet last year in my keeper league, because a guy traded for Jahan Dotson, traded like a draft pick for, and I was like, why would you trade for Jahan Dotson? And I made a bet that Jahan Dotson would never score 10 plus fantasy points in the guy's lineup before he dropped him. Oh, and I won that bet pretty easily.
Yeah, you cashed that. Yeah. I bet the unders last year for him. I bet the unders.
I think he even scored 2 touchdowns in the year and still didn't do it. 10 points.
But it was like, you're just never going to use him. Like, it's like, it wasn't even like saying like he's never going to score. It's just like, you're never going to use him. Like, you might do it once this year, but like,
Now I got to look up the games where he scored the touchdowns. I bet you it was like one catch, like some kind of like.
It was. Yeah. There was one.
Oh shit! We're giving him way too much credit. He scored 0 touchdowns throughout the regular season.
Did he really?
Yeah, dude.
Playoffs.
0 touchdowns. He scored 1 touchdown in the playoffs. 0 touchdowns. He didn't even get more than. It wasn't until the last week of the season when, you know what I mean, it was week 18 and they were playing all these backups.
Oh yeah.
He never surpassed more than 2 catches in any game and never went over 36 receiving yards in any game. As the clear wide receiver 3 in that offense. That's wild.
Oh yeah. And that's the crazy thing. Clear wide receiver.
I know. I'm like, that is wild, dude. Just run and win sprints.
Are you guys down to do some reviews of teams real quick?
Yeah, let's review some teams. I saw some stuff in the chat, and plus, like, I want to go over our teams. I actually really like my team out of this one.
I'm going to start from the left and move our way right to people who want to hear. So we'll start with Drew, who is in here with us.
Who said I wanted to hear what you guys had to say?
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to hear it regardless. Drew goes with Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Chase Brown, Joe Burrow, Omarion Hampton, Chris Olave, Isaiah Pacheco, Evan Ingram, Jalen Warren, Trey Harris, Justin Herbert, Hollywood Brown, Jake Ferguson, Xavier Legette, Nick Chubb, Michael Wilson, Keenan Allen, Dalton Schultz, Jackson Dart, and Kendre Miller. So you've got Dart with anybody? Is that just a naked quarterback?
No, that was a naked
Dart. So you've got Burrow with Higgins and Brown. I assume, yep, that's it. And then Herbert with Trey Harris and Omarion Hampton.
Allen.
Okay.
And Keenan Allen.
Oh, Keenan Allen. Well, no, because Keenan Allen isn't on a team right now. You're just making the assumption.
He will be.
All right.
They're bringing back all the favorites, baby. Mike Williams gets cut so Keenan Allen could live.
You got to.
Is that your preferred destination for Keenan Allen since you drafted on this team? Is that like your favorite spot for him to land?
Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a reasonable one.
Now I need to come up with a Keenan Allen landing spot. While I look for a Keenan Allen landing spot, Drew, give me the bull. Or well, no, give me the case for Omarion Hampton because his ADP. We're making a lot of assumptions. Give me the case for him.
Yeah, I think the offense is prime. There's arguably not another offense that you would want your running back to thrive in, to run in. And I just, I'll take that upside, if you will. I don't have anything amazing. I just think that that offense is prime for a running back to come in and thrive in it. And I like his talent.
I could see a path. I guess like my whole thing is I think where we're drafting it, we're saying Najee is a 0, which could, that if it happens, then yes, he pays off or he's where he should be drafted.
Yeah, you're hoping that there's no issues with what he provides. That Najee, okay. What if Najee is a Gus Edwards of last year? And at times he certainly looked that way.
Yeah, he could be. Right. He could be.
And what if what we got now is better than what J.K. Dobbins? And J.K. Dobbins looked pretty spry. I went to 2 Charger games last year, and I was pretty sad to see him chased down a couple times in the open field by linemen, if you will.
Drew, I posted a stat on Twitter this past week about J.K. Dobbins and how weeks 1 and 2 he was like top 2 in the league in both explosive run rate and missed tackles forced per touch. And then from week 3 on, it was like 43rd and 48th in the NFL, those categories. Like he looked really good early.
Yeah, he's just not the J.K. Dobbins that we would want. Maybe he will be this year. But I think that opportunity is amazing. I think Najee could easily be a Gus Edwards goal line back, and I think the opportunity is there.
When you've been streaming long enough at night when your AirPods die because you've been on a stream for so long, it finally happened. But I have my backups. I switched.
So good. Okay.
I will say that I had the opportunity to draft Hampton last draft that we did, and I opted to not go for him. And so, with that being said, I went 3 wide receivers. This time I went 2 wide receivers, running back.
Yeah.
I got 3 interesting landing spots. Tell me what you boys think for Keenan Allen. Yep. The Atlanta Falcons.
Sure. Only Drake London really is a barrier.
Darnell Mooney, he'd fit in perfectly stylistically with the guys they got there. Denver Broncos is a little bit more of a stretch, but it's not like they couldn't use another guy. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh. Okay.
Thin depth chart. Travis Hunter plays more defense than I'm talking about. Right. He is that full-time corner.
Right.
I kind of see it. I was thinking like Tennessee might be a spot.
Yeah. Could be Tennessee.
Yeah,
the only reason I didn't mention Tennessee is I think stylistically they don't bring anybody. Like I think Tyler Lockett's that guy that they already signed.
Okay,
Be the veteran guy. And
true.
I don't think they want to block any of their rookies. Like give a lane to at least one of their rookies to step up and start in the starting 3.
Yeah.
And so those 3, DBro, you would prefer those 3 over the Chargers?
I would say passing. Yeah, I'd say Jacksonville. I would prefer maybe Atlanta, but definitely I think I would prefer Jacksonville only because it's like BTJ over that. But like the Chargers thing is like, well, the other part about it is, dude, I think Trey Harris is going to be really fucking.
Yeah, right. Sure.
I think if Trey Harris would have played the whole season and he didn't get hurt, I think Trey Harris would have been a first-round pick.
Let me bend your ear on Ladd a little bit. Do we think Ladd is legit, or do we think that he was a product of workload and opportunity?
Wait, before you do that, I'm gonna go piss. DBro, you answer that, and then you can go over your team as well. So I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, sounds good. Thank you, Neil. I think Ladd is good, dude.
Yeah,
I think Ladd.
Look, I agree. Every
single metric I pull up on Ladd is ridiculous, man. It's like, so I know. So like everybody's take on like the Chargers is that they're going to go super run heavy. They drafting Hampton and drafting and signing Najee screams that.
Yeah.
And Greg Roman's history also does suggest that. I'm not saying that it doesn't. But, dude, adding Trey Harris to that offense and a fully healthy Justin Herbert, and we also saw them, like, nobody could have told you that, like, the Chargers at any way, shape, form, or fashion last year would have become, like, a top 12 neutral passing rate and pass rate over expectation team, except the back half of last year, that's exactly what they were.
Yeah.
So, like, for, like, all of the stuff of, like, oh, well, I guess, like, for me and the Chargers, dude, it's like, the logic and the reasoning that people are using to talk about Greg Roman and them going right back to being like a top 5 rushing rate team, to me, you can use that same logic if you throw out Roman's history. And I know it's very suggestive and a lot of times those guys don't change who they are. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can use that same damn logic with them passing more. Like they added Trey Harris, they were added Oronde Gadsden and stuff, like Ladd's second year. QJ, like, I'm not a big QJ guy, but like he's your wide receiver 3 in the offense. Like, you can also build a case that they're like finish middle of the road in passing rate. Like, and then there's more volume than a lot of people are projecting, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I hope what we saw from a passing perspective with Justin Herbert, you don't want to waste that. I hope what we saw last year is actually there.
And he ran once his foot got healthy. Like he ran towards the back half of the year. Like, there's an upside case for that entire offense and stuff like that where, there's a lot of different outs for guys. So I guess I feel filibustered enough. I guess I'll run through my team.
I like it. Let's hear it.
Drew, I'll lay out the team. You give me your thoughts on this team. So I went Lamb round 1, Rashee Rice round 2, Trey McBride, Tedra McMillan, George Pickens, who I stacked with Dak Prescott because I didn't realize that they both had week 10 buys like an idiot. Took Patrick Mahomes, then Caleb Johnson after kicking the can on going 0 RB here. Caleb Johnson, Jordan Mason, Cam Scattaboo. Revisited the wide receivers with Christian Kirk. Then got Bashal Tootin. Realized I screwed up at quarterback, so then I went Geno, and then I went the Geno double with Jack Bech, Deontay Thornton, and then took a lot of my late round fave guys, rolling out after having McBride, I realized I only had one tight end, so I had to fill out that room. Took Tyler Higbee, Juwan Johnson, and then filled out the running back room with Quez and Brashard Smith, and then we were talking about it, so I went Jalen Royals on a Patrick Mahomes team. What do you think here, Drew?
Yeah, I really like I said, I really like the Cowboys stack. I think Dak might remind people how good he is when he was almost the MVP candidate this year, right? Like he's got the weapons, he's got a good off season. And look, so if we're talking from a best ball perspective, I think I would have liked to have seen probably not the Mahomes play, maybe an earlier running back or something of that extent.
Mm-hmm.
but like, you know,
I would have gone running back if the two guys, Walker and Harvey, Neil wiped out the guys that I liked, and I thought it was a little bit too early. Like I wanted to push it on Pollard.
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe you get like Pollard and Caleb in the next 2 rounds, but it didn't work out that way. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, please. I got no issues with. I think the start of your draft was amazing. I think the teams that you stacked are really obviously no issues too. And the only other thing that I'll say on Mahomes is I almost wonder if the love went too far last year and the hate has gone too far this year. He's somewhere in the middle, and he's a value at this point in the draft at this ADP. So I think you got a good deal.
Yeah, I just laid out the team, Neil. What do you think about it?
Yeah, no, looking at it looks like a very strong 3 quarterback build. Got elite tight end, really strong. Obviously, start with wide receivers 4 out of your first 5. Come back with Caleb Johnson, Jordan Mason, Cam Scatterbo, Bashal Tootin. Like that seems like a strong 4.
I felt really good about that running back room, dude. For a 0 RB team, these are the guys that I freaking love this year.
And then Jarquez Hunter, Brashard Smith too. Like you got your like late round like high upside plays as well. Yeah, no, I think that looks like a very
leaned in heavy with Dallas and Casey, especially. Like I'm making the bet that Casey with this team, I'm not there in a philosophical standpoint, but in the microcosm of this team, I made the bet that Casey is like a top 3 offense this year. These are the guys that bring them there. Yeah. And that Dak is a top 5 quarterback and the Dak double. Like I don't think I've drafted a decent amount of teams. I have not drafted a Dak double yet. So I was happy to get that exposure.
It feels good to grab a Dak double. Can we talk really quick on the Giants backfield?
Oh, please do.
You got me on Tyrone Tracy last year. Do you? And I was impressed with what I saw last year. Are you no longer impressed?
I'm really big into Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of ways to look at it. One, they invested more draft capital in Scatterbo than they did in Tyrone Tracy.
Yep.
2, Tracy, I think he literally fumbled away his opportunity. I think fumbles, and I think what he did down the back half of last year, I think was very telling that they went back to the well and they didn't throw because they already have like the veteran incumbent in Devin Singletary on that roster.
Yep.
So like I think going back to the well at running back in the draft was very telling on a lack of faith of Tracy after last year. And here's the biggest thing I'll say on Cam Scatterbo and why, like the archetype of running back that he is, you know what you're getting out of him. Like he's a volume runner. You don't draft him to make him like a 10 to 12 touch committee back. Like that's not where you get the value out of having Cam Scatterbo. Like you draft him to pump him up with volume because he can handle the volume. And this all leads to, and this is another thing that I think people it's kind of getting lost. The one thing we definitively saw about the Giants last year is they want to run the offense through one running back. Like it was Devin Singletary until it wasn't. It was Tyrone Tracy until it wasn't. So to me, I think Scatterbo is one of the best values on the board right now because I think he's going to be the damn dude. And the Giants said they want one running back to carry the load. So I think it's going to be Scatterbo.
I like it.
And you believe in the talent?
I mean, dude, I was not okay. So I believe in the talent in the sense of the archetype of player that he is. Like, if you put Scatterbo in a backfield committee, then it's wasted. Like, but Scatterbo, like, he's a volume guy. Like, so if you're going to use him in that essence of like, he's going to be your hopefully like I think in the best iteration of Scatterbo, you're hoping that he's better Najee Harris.
Okay.
And I think he can be. So like I wasn't off of him as a prospect. My big questions about him as a prospect were I heard a lot of workout stuff and a lot of motivation stuff at the combine and from people that I trust. I was very skeptical about what type of draft capital he was going to get.
Wait, you heard negative motivation stuff or positive?
Yep, negative. I heard a lot of negative stuff about him at the combine.
I just assumed that he's like the white guy that everybody's like, oh, he's a grinder. He's first in, last out. You know, that kind of.
And I heard a lot of the stuff to the opposite of that.
Okay.
But he got the draft capital that I thought that he needed to get. He landed in a spot where I think he can hit the ground running. And the Giants told us how they want to utilize their backfield. They want one guy to carry the mail. So I think honestly, like he's checked off all these boxes very, very quietly. He's one of the guys that I think once we get to training camp and all the stuff starts coming out about him, I think he zooms up the board. So like, I want to get exposure to him now.
All right. Nice. And I've been drafting a ton. All right, let's move on to the next team. Have not heard from Tyler, so we're going to go right to Billy's team. Billy RMDA goes with Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry starting. So he goes with the high T start. McCaffrey and Henry, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Calvin Ridley, going a lot of veterans, and then Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall,
Did you get Purdy?
Oh, no. Got Purdy. Dave Njoku, J.K. Dobbins, Tyjae Spears, Isaac Guerrero, Michael Penix, Kyle Pitts, Aaron Rodgers, Will Shipley, Ray McLeod, Miles Sanders, Deontay Johnson, Eli Mitchell. That is an old-ass team in general, but it looks like a pretty strong team. So you got the McCaffrey with the handcuff is interesting with Isaac Guerrero, full-on Niners stack with Purdy, Pearsall, Jennings, McCaffrey, Guerrero is interesting. Full-on Atlanta stack with Pitts, Penix, McLeod. Anybody else? I think it's just those. Yeah, for the most part, I think it looks like a pretty strong team.
Strong team. My big takeaway is you don't take Guerrero if you draft McCaffrey. You draft him like you're right. Don't hedge it.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think there's standalone value with a lot of running backs in a committee standpoint. I don't think that there's standalone value in Guerrero with CMC. But look, I think the one benefit that you could see here is like, let's play out the scenario that McCaffrey is McCaffrey of old, weeks 1 through 14, and then he gets injured.
Or just gets injured at some point during the season and misses 3 games.
Sure, 1 through 10, whatever.
Yeah, so Guerrero's your locked-in RB1, and you just stack the hell out of the 49ers.
Yeah. Neil, to your point, if McCaffrey gets injured before week 10, then he's a bad pick in the first round.
Yep.
You need
but I mean, you could just miss games, like not the entire rest of the season, but like miss 3 games from weeks 10 through 13 is what I'm saying.
Yes, right. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So I think it's, I don't like totally hate it. Like it's something that I don't like.
It's something I don't do because like I look at it, and this is just a theory standpoint. I'm drafting like I'm right, and if I'm drafting Christian McCaffrey in the first round, then I'm not going to invest in his handcuff. Like you're hedging yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't do that. Like, so I'm either going to draft like I'm right, or so I'm either avoiding McCaffrey or I'm drafting Guerrero heavy, or you know what I'm saying? Like, or if I didn't get CMC, this would be the team where you draft Guerrero, you go Niners heavy, and you do make the bet that CMC doesn't make it through the season. So
it's not a handcuff.
That's just theory.
Yeah.
Nor does one question mark in round 10 discount the entire team because
agreed.
The team is amazing.
Agreed. I mean, that's again, the 10th round pick is the biggest hammer point of the team. Like then you drafted a really solid team. Like I think looking at the wide receiver room, I might would have gone like but I guess like you are getting your upside stuff through like Pearsall and stuff like that. I think I would have maybe laced in like somebody like JSN over Metcalf. Like give yourself with as veteran heavy as you went, give yourself some outs, like, or taking a Travis Hunter to give yourself a little bit of youthful, like high upside there.
Yep. Tet would have been there. I mean, yeah, not a lot of youth, but like
I would have taken Tet. I would have taken Tet in a heartbeat over Metcalf. Yeah,
but
I'm glad you let him call me. So appreciate that.
I would still say like upside in like what if Devontae Adams just is a target hog this year? Like he takes the Cooper Kupp role from a few years ago, and like DK Metcalf in Pittsburgh, like Ridley if Cam Ward is actually good. I don't know. Like I think like even without youth, you can still have upside though. So like
that's fair. I like the receivers that he got. Like I'm in on Ridley this year. Like I think he's a really, really good pick where he's going. What's up, Drew?
Is that this Drew? Drew, are you saying that?
Yeah, that's my burner.
Yeah.
That's my dude.
Same name burner.
Yeah, right.
Drew's sharp as shit, man. People need to be following that dude. He's got some really damn good takes. Not this Drew, the other Drew.
Right.
Yeah, you're only
this Drew.
He buttered you up. Is this like a scratch your back?
No, this Drew is so bad at DFS he can't even afford side. Don't listen to this guy.
Exactly. All right, my team. I'm just gonna read real quick. So I have Nico Collins, BTJ, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels, Kenneth Walker, RJ Harvey, stole those from DBro. Tony Pollard, Josh Downs, Jaden Higgins, stole him from DBro. Travis Etienne, CJ Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, Brenton Strange, Romeo Dobbs, Jalen Knoll, Marshawn Lloyd, DJ Giddens, JT Sanders, Theo Johnson, and then Ty Felton as my final pick. So I ended up with a 3-6.
You go Jaden. Oh no, you got McLaurin. I missed that. I was like, did you take JD5 unstacked? You savage. No, it's a good team, Neil.
Yeah, no, I feel pretty good about the team. No further comments on it. I think that's I didn't do any like crazy, week 17 stuff or anything. I guess I have the Jacksonville with Josh Downs bring back. I've got, some stuff mixed in there. Oh, and DJ Giddens, but yeah, nothing too crazy.
I think people are off of McLaurin this year, and like they're like, oh, everything like just went aces up for him last year, but I think there's still meat on the bone here, man. Like, so he's a guy that people seem to be very like his ADP is holding based off of the year that he had last year and where he goes in JD5 and stacking and stuff. But like,
why should we change anything?
I think there's still meat on the bone for him to have an even better year. Like if you look at how Daniels started the year, and a lot of it was checkdowns, and McLaurin wasn't getting utilized a ton.
Yeah,
like right. He ran super hot on touchdowns, but the volume. Like I put a tweet out the other day, like his volume went from like a 20% target share to a 24% target share. And if we don't believe that Debo is any good at this stage of his career and Daniels takes another step this year, like McLaurin could be a top 10 receiver. Like, and that's not crazy. And like, that's not even talking about the fact that I think it was like week 12, week 13 on, like Washington was running fast and throwing the ever-loving shit out of the ball. Like they went super pass heavy.
Yeah. I think there's a world, DBro, to your point, you've touched on this in the last two drafts. What the Debo addition is really interesting. Does that mean that they want Jaden Daniels to run a little bit less around the end zone? I think that's probably true.
Yeah, probably true.
And then if that's the case, then maybe they just throw a little bit more to Terry. And Terry actually had a lot of short yardage touchdowns last year and looked pretty dang good. And the only other comment that I'll say is that CJ Stroud should have a really good bounce back year, and I'm excited to watch it.
Love that. I mean, isn't the stat with Jaden Daniels that he like none of his touchdowns were thrown, like they were all thrown into the end zone. He didn't have any touchdowns that like the receiver brought it into the end zone, so that Debo could maybe help in that area. Would you agree with that? Debo is kind of the.
Yeah, and the other thing, I mean, I understand, like, I'm not a huge fan of what they did as far as, like, bringing in Debo, just because I think at this point of his career, like, he just doesn't have it anymore, you know what I mean? But, like, stylistically, for how they want to run their offense and as screen-heavy as Cliff is, I do see the stylistic fit. And just to put a bow on this, so weeks 15 through 18 last year, the Commanders were 5th in pass rate over expectation. The only teams that were throwing more than them versus expectation were the Cincinnati Bengals, the Vikings, the Chiefs, and the damn Texans. That's it.
But they didn't have an offensive line. Have they improved at all in that area?
Oh, yeah, dude. Their offensive line, I mean, Tunsil's there. If Cosme can come back healthy, they still have Biotish, who's I think their offense is going to probably like flirt with top 12 this year.
So Drew's right. Like, they should, like, CJ Stroud should bounce back in a big way.
Oh, you're talking about Houston. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Washington. Houston, I think it's going to be the sum of the parts. I think Houston, that like, we all lived in a world last year where we weren't concerned about the Houston Texans offensive line entering last year, and then just everything went shit sideways.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, if we're going to talk regression, could they just not bounce back to the offensive line we thought we were getting, or at least like similar play that we walked into last year thinking that we were going to get out of Houston? So if that happens, they'll be fine. Like I don't look at Houston's offensive line. I don't think they're going to be bottom 5. I don't think they're going to be top 10, top 12. I think they're probably going to be like somewhere in that like 15 to 18 range, but that's fine. They're league average.
Yeah. We take league average there any day.
Yep.
All right. Final team to read off is D. Lutomsky. Goes with Devin Achan from the 11 hole, Drake London, Brees Hall, JSN, Travis Hunter, Chris Godwin, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Mika Ibuka, Keon Coleman, Jordan Love, Rashad White, Austin Eckler, Tua, Darnold, Gesicki, Pierce, Taj Brooks, Terrence Ferguson, and Ollie Gordon. So he hammered wide receivers for a while. There goes London in the second round, didn't take one, and then his 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round, all took wide receivers, and then took another one with Alec Pierce. So he ends up with a 3-6-9-2 build. What do we think of this team? To me, that's like you probably could have gone a different position where you took Alec Pierce. Is my first thought. Like 9 wide receivers when you took this many in a row from the.
I would have taken another running back.
Until
I would have probably. So he's got Love, Tua, and Darnold. Like the way he built the team, he's basically saying that Tua is the upside guy, right? Kind of. Like
Love could be
Love would be the upside. Like I guess the only other way that I would have built this team is like I struggle seeing where the upside's going to come from at quarterback, I guess.
He says he took Alec Pierce because he fell 30 spots.
Yeah.
So the tight end position is really my biggest concern here. Is his only tight ends are Mike Gesicki and Terrence Ferguson. So to me, in a 20-round draft, you're going to be fighting a lot of 3 tight end builds.
You needed a 3.
So I understand Alec falling there, but I feel like
where did Waller go in this? Well, I wonder if he was going for Waller or tossing into the chat.
Yeah, I mean Waller, but Waller's actually been like going. Oh, and Jason wants us to do his team as well, so we will do that. Where does Waller? I haven't seen where Waller is. I know he goes like every draft now. Were
you trying to get Waller for this build? Because that would have made some sense. That
Waller went in the 14th round.
Wow. Okay.
I think it was just that he like was planning on taking another tight end, but then because Alec Pierce fell, I don't know. I think instead of Ollie Gordon, I might have gone another tight end or
I would have done that.
Probably
on a tight end, but if I'm killing it at wide receiver, I can skate by a tight end. I mean, I get the logic. I don't. I mean, I think
you're just too weak at tight end.
I think you're too weak. I mean, well, yeah, I think you're too weak at tight end considering what we know right now. Higbee gets hurt and Ferguson is their every down guy. Then it looks a whole lot different. But I'm also like if I'm taking late shots, I'll take Mason Taylor and stuff like that over Gesicki. But like I get it, Gesicki's, I worry about his splits with like what happened with T. Higgins when he was on the field last year. Gesicki became like just basically nothing.
He says he was punting tight end. Every tight end left got taken. It was like Cole Kmet. I just still like Cole Kmet, probably a better pick.
I would have taken Cole Kmet then. Like if Loveland gets hurt, then Kmet's the starter, and then
you're pretty thin there. If Gesicki does work out, it could work out fine. But yeah, that would be my one criticism there.
Like we got one more review. Somebody was asking for in the chat.
Big bank. I think it's Hank. It says Malik Neighbors, Ashton Jeanty in the second round feels good. Marvin Harrison, DJ Moore, James Conner, Romo Dunze, Quinshon Judkins, Kyler Murray, Caleb Williams, Tyrone Tracy, Luther Burden, Dallas Goedert, Cedric Tillman, Darren Waller, Mason Taylor, Dylan Sampson, Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, Roman Wilson, and Devin Neal as his final pick. So that ends up being a 3-6-8-3 build with the quarterbacks being Kyler, Caleb Williams, and Russell Wilson. All right, so Kyler is paired up with Marvin Harrison, James Conner.
Did a good job stacking his guys.
Yep. Yeah, Roman DJ. Yep. And Burden. Okay, so full on stack there.
I mean, he stacked the hell out of like the Giants, the Bears, and the Cardinals. I mean, he's got
Russell with Tracy, Neighbors. Yeah.
It's a well-built team. I guess my only other thing is taking Samson when you already got Judkins? I mean, I guess you're making a bet that the Browns offense outperforms expectations, but
I think that one I'm more okay with it just because they go so late.
Yeah, it's just not a bet I'm making. I don't want 2 Browns running backs on my team.
Also,
I think that's the thing, right? If you're going up against 100,000 plus entrants, you're just hoping that everything goes perfect, and then wasting 2 spots on the same position of the same team.
Yeah, I take issue with that analysis because you're never actually going against 100,000. You're going against 12 for 14 weeks, and then it's like 12. I don't even know the exact number of the spots, but it's like 12. 12. No, but it is like 1,000 in the final. But like, So yeah, I think
I do like the approach of like he heavily stacked 3 different teams. This was a deliberately thoughtfully built team. I really I really like the way that this team was built. And again, like if I'm shit canning tacking 2 Browns running backs, like that's the least of your concerns on this team. Like this team was very thoughtfully built, like a lot of very strategically built. So I really like that.
And I'll add that both the Bears and the Cardinals came into last year with pretty high expectations. Both of them disappointed, and I see a world where both of them exceed expectations this year. And having both of the stacks, not bad.
Yeah.
Do you, Drew? What are your thoughts on Harrison Jr.? Because I told Neil I can't draft him where he's going. Like to me, all the upside is zapped. He's one of the players. Like the ADP just makes 0 sense to me. But like at this point, like you're hedging against McBride. You're saying Harrison is that dude. Like I understand it in this build and stuff, but in a vacuum, what do you think about him?
Scroll back up for me, Neil, really quick. What I will say is I think he's about right. And if we look at the other receivers in this realm,
Mike Evans, JSN.
He's a tough pick in this realm though, too, man. Like I can't. Like
I think what I'll say is I take him above every receiver here taken in round 4, and I take him below just about every receiver here in round 3. So, around a half a round later.
I think Harrison needs to be in like where Ridley goes is where I'm at.
Really?
Were you in on him last year, DBro?
I was. I wasn't as high as everybody else. Like I didn't agree with his price point. Like, dude, like he got steamed up. Like he was
at the 1-2
he was going
turn.
He was the 1-2 turn. Like that's the point. Like I was like, oh shit, we're over our skis. Like at that point, I was like, shit, no, I can't draft him there. But I did have him as a top 24 wide receiver. But I think he's going 2 rounds ahead of not to side tangent this. How in the ever-loving hell was Devonta Smith getting drafted like this late? Like the dude is a top 20 wide receiver. Like that's free money. Like I will point that out. Like Devonta Smith going there is just absolute free money.
Do you have Devonta Smith before or after George Pickens?
He's right next to him. Let me see. I know
those are the 2 that I always wonder about because they're like both.
They are right. I mean, he is right next to him. I know in my ranks. Literally they are hugged up. I got Pickens at wide receiver 18 and Smith is at wide receiver 19.
Okay. I would also take Pickens above, and I would take both of them. 5 wide receivers above where they're going right now.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, like. But anyway, that's just where I see Harrison Jr. Like, to me, if he was in round 4, I would still take Tedero McMillan ahead of him. I think Ted's going to increase in price, and honestly, I think Ted could be this year's BTJ, where he's like a wide receiver 1.
I think Sutton's going too early. I think Jameson Williams is going too early. I think Worthy's going too early. Probably Metcalf as well. And then I think I'm okay with every other receiver in that range.
Yeah, I'm not with everybody on the JMO breakout. Like, I think we're doing a lot of mental backflips, and a lot of that's all coach speak bullshit. Like,
yeah,
I don't think that JMO just like tell me how you get to where you think JMO is just automatically in that offense with Amon-Ra and Laporta going to become like a 24% target share guy. Like what the hell has he shown in his career at any point to say that that's going to happen outside of coach speak bullshit? Like, I just don't see it.
I'll have to find my screenshot of my exposure last year. I think I was at like 60% Jamison Williams last year. I think I'll be at near 0 this year.
Yeah, at this price point, I just can't. Not when you're telling me like Tet, you want to believe in JSN, like you want to like Pickens, Devonta Smith, Calvin Ridley. Like I there's no way in hell I can. Can't do it.
Apologies to Jason for sniping you on the McLaurin Jaden Daniels stack, but I happen to love that stack, so not a real apology. It's a fake apology. All right, anything else you guys want to talk about before we get out of here, or just talk about what else you have coming up and plan for another time soon?
Yeah, let's do that. Drew,
all right.
Outside of putting inside, what are you up to?
No, my off season so far has been very low key. I've barely been on Twitter. I've barely done drafts, and so I'm really looking forward to hitting the ground running here. I've been busy with the move and whatnot, and you're going to see me around a lot more often moving forward.
Hell yeah,
love
to hear every bit of that. All my stuff's at Fantasy Pros. I've got almost all of my draft kit work. So the fantasy draft kit is out for Fantasy Pros right now. And this year, dude, I love, and this is just like a shameless plug, I love the way that we formulated our draft kit. So like literally you just go to the draft kit page, and on the very top menu, it's 3 draft kits in one. So you have a drop down there. So it's best ball, dynasty, and redraft all in one landing page. We've got, I think, like all in totality, like over 100 articles, all in those draft kits. My perfect draft article is out. I think I walked through like 70, 75 players in that one article. And I'm slowly getting through player notes. By the time we get to like the real crunch time of draft season, I'm probably going to have my top 180 out. So I'll have like 180 players written up. I think I'm somewhere in the 110s right now, but I'm building to 150 so I can put it out as the 150. But probably when it's all said and done before week 1, I'll probably have 180 to 200 players written up.
Well, and I know your player write-ups well. You pretty much just do like a couple words per player, right?
Just like concise. 2. I mean, it's a lot of gut feels. It's like RJ Harvey, draft him or you're a fucking idiot.
This guy would be great.
All you got to say.
Doesn't put a lot of work into it.
No. Hot takes and gut feel. That's all I got, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
These guys know that I recently tried. I apparently to get on the like behind the paywall stuff at Fantasy Pros, because I like search dynasty rankings, and I came up with the Fantasy Pros like all the expert rankings, and it's all in one group. And I sent these guys a screenshot of, I tried to at one point remove everybody except DBro. I just wanted DBro's dynasty rankings, and I got an error message. No shade against anybody else who puts their stuff there. I just wanted to see DBro's rankings.
But then Daniel texts me, and then I just send him documents or I send him links and stuff like that. So it works out well in the end.
Yeah, it does end up working out pretty well for me.
Neil sees a take that I tweet about a rookie player, and he says, "Hey, where's all your rookie write-ups?" And I just
yeah, exactly. It's nice being friends with DBro. I gotta say, it's worked out well for me.
Agreed.
Check out DBro's work at Fantasy Pros. It's not just tough words. It gets pretty long sometimes, but it's worth the read. Thank you all for watching. Do please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to get alerts when I go live. Hopefully I'll have this crew back on soon, because this is always super fun for me. Hopefully
dude, we almost made 4 hours.
Yeah, even with only 3 drafts, we almost made 4 hours. So well done to us.
Easy work, boys. Easy work.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you all very much, and we will catch you very soon.